let's go ahead and get started.
Society when they invent the fast cooker.
Is this in the deer?
Okay, here we are. We are live. Oh, this is not supposed to be on the screen. Hello. Welcome. I gotta fix the cameras and shit. But hello, welcome everyone.
Chad, if you could milk any animal, make cheese, soldier.
Human.
Any
Actually,
animal.
this is
Mammal, I guess.
I've
'cause
talked
fish
about this
cheese
on
is
I
stream
don't like the
before.
implications of that.
Is
fish cheese?
human cheese vegan friendly? It's
Yeah.
If we
That brings us to the broader
Yes.
question. Is cannibalism vegan? And I think
if and only
I
if
think
the
if you
human
consent,
consents to
yeah.
being eaten or being milked.
Yes, if that, with that, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
True.
I think that's fair.
Because technically
No,
veganism
it's-
is not no meat and no eggs or whatever. It is no consumption of anything without that giver's consent.
Yeah.
Well, I think it depends.
It depends,
on the
definitely.
vegan.
Yeah, like, because I
Some
talked,
people. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember talking to Perplex, to Troy, and he was like, at one point, he was like, no, it still wouldn't be okay, and he's vegan. But I think it just is going to depend on the type of veganism that you follow.
Okay, well, some people just don't want to be cannibals, but you know
Yeah,
that's
there's no ovo human homo
Troy.
veganism.
Yeah.
Troy is also just like contrarian personified. As a human
That's
being.
true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh yeah. So welcome,
Anyway.
welcome in everyone.
No relevance to today's plot at all. Just
Yeah.
Well, maybe not as far as you know.
So, by the way, you guys never gave me a shopping list of magic items that you would have requested.
I
right.
did.
What's the most powerful
didn't
thing that I
read
could
it.
have
Did
reasonably
you?
suggested?
Wait, did you actually? I didn't see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
like-
Wait,
When
we
you
already
first
have a
asked-
mayonnaise jar.
Okay, wait. Let me write
do
that
not.
down. Let me go
55
find it.
gallon jar.
Here, you should forward it to me so that I have it.
The mayonnaise jar. Hang on.
No,
Yeah, dude. Jar
I'm
about
gonna have to find it.
the shopping list, the magic shopping list.
jar lock me, something like that.
Hold on.
Might have sent it to you personally.
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah. Well, anyways, what happened last time?
What
Let's
is this
let's go over what happened
Nothing.
last time.
I don't remember.
Well, the map looks the same. There's a lot of prep. Is preparing for what might happen today.
Yeah, there
What was
a
it
lot
called?
of
It was called. Oh yeah, for a session titled War. Not a lot happened.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
there's not a lot of war.
I thought we'd get further, but yeah, there was a few things that happened. So you guys had we never even figured out if there is. If I never even went and checked if the other half giant is still alive or not, because I literally couldn't remember if you guys killed them or if they actually did.
Oh, yeah, that's
successfully
right.
Oh,
take
Arna?
over.
Wait, I thought he was a full giant.
Well, they're called colloquially half giants. They're not really giants. They're like mutant giants basically. They are smaller than giants. They are, like, to be clear, like a hill giant is like 15 feet tall. But the half giant, they were called the greater giants when they're created. They are only 11, 12 feet tall. So they're not even as tall as like a hill giant. So the thing is that they are generally, even though they're smaller, they're generally much stronger than them. So
Yeah, he was absolutely horrified that half giant came to visit by asking him a lot of things we
Oh.
shouldn't do with that.
Yeah. What about the confluence?
Yeah.
That one.
Like what would happen
That
if you
Right. That was the DM insert saying, "Stop playing with the scary magic thing."
Yes.
We're like, no.
Yeah, he said he was
For the
gonna-
love of God.
Did you give Fiora an ally action? Because he said he was gonna lend us his magics, right?
Well, yeah, okay, so I figured out, I went back and thought about it. I was like, I think because he is kind of like, he's not necessarily pacifist, but he is trying, he generally wants to, help out, but he doesn't want to, just go on a rampage and kill because specifically because he was brought up in an environment alongside his kin where they were trained to be like deadly warriors and mages and shit. And
I'm a living weapon. I don't want to live
basically,
and die.
Like they were literally genetically engineered to be a perfect mix of like giants and like human DNA, basically. And maybe some dwarven shit in there too. I don't know, but like they were they're made as weapons of war, biological weapons, pretty much. Yeah, and he didn't like that, so he's very hesitant to get his hands dirty in that way. So I decided what he will do is that he can definitely lead one of your groups of troops and assist them, but he's not going to be an active combatant. He's gonna basically, because he does know some magics, he will heal people. And he can, like, do supporting stuff, and that's all he's gonna do.
Dude, that would piss me the fuck off. You know, like, a guy who's been, like, with the party for, like, a year, and I got, like, my whole squad, and then some dude just, like, walks up and like, hey, this is your boss now.
Well, yeah, he's not necessarily the boss. Like, I shouldn't have said command. He's, like, he's gonna assist in an area of the battle. Because the battle is, I mean, depending on how the battle plays out and where exactly it happens, there could be multiple fronts to it, multiple combats going on at the same time, and obviously your guys' combat will be one thing, but there will be other ones, and he will assist in wherever you guys deem fit, basically.
I think we will just if he can heal, then a lot of the people who normally would be healing will be with me, you know? So I think he could definitely stay behind, and as people fall, he casts Revivify, if that's something he can do, or just heals the chaff. Well, we cut down theirs.
Okay.
But I wouldn't expect him to fight if he doesn't want to. Or even be close to the fighting if he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, I could hang back and help make pizza.
That too.
Yeah, the pizza party for afterwards.
He'd probably be pretty good at it. You know?
Yeah. Okay. So... Hold on, sorry, I'm just writing down a couple things in my notes before I don't forget. Okay. So, let's see. Yeah, so Bjora showed up and talked to you guys. Was there anything else? Oh, yeah, Monkus. You guys discovered the existence of Monkus.
True, we figured out what Bree was doing, which was basically just being really cool and helpful.
Yeah. Seeding fields magically.
I figured out. I don't know if anyone else has heard of it yet. I paid for information.
Well, yeah, so are you just going to hold on to that and the rest of us are just left to wonder?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
But Hingwis,
I don't wash my hands of it.
Hingwis discovered Monkus and made him big in his first interaction. And then Monkus, like, absolutely freaked out and, like, just started, like, flailing around.
He just didn't like it for some reason? I don't get...
He gave her out a panic attack.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah.
And then I uncovered, like, a couple important dwarves just by, like, constantly watching Ela.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually do have some info for you that you have, because you've kind of taken over surveillance duty. So Hingwis, as you, in these, like, couple weeks, or, there's only a few weeks now until, the new attack date, as far as you can tell, is, so, Hingwis, you would... How religiously are you watching her? Like, how frequently... You can cast it basically every 10... You basically cast it every 10 minutes, and then it's active for 10 minutes, so it could be like 10 minutes on, 10 minutes off, but that would be like, if you're doing it literally every 10 minutes, that's all you'd be doing.
He sees everything.
Everything, all the time. Well, I'm obviously not doing it while I sleep. That leaves 16 hours. I want to eat, and I'll probably be doing something for another whole shift. And then I probably want to have leisure time for a decent while. So I'm probably only doing that for, like, 1 to 2 hours a day. Okay. Depending on just, like, what I have going on.
Maybe split between different times of the day, too, like, spread out. Okay.
Yeah.
Like after each meal, you'd...
Yeah. But that's not 1 to 2 hours of surveillance. That's 1 to 2 hours, like, including... So I guess, like, about an hour to half an hour to an hour of just watching.
Okay. Yeah. So I'd
That's
say over
creepy
these,
as
like,
fuck.
over the
It's
week.
important.
Yeah.
Spying on your
Over,
enemies is creepy. Don't do it.
Spying on women is creepy.
He
have women
to be a woman.
enemies.
I would have spied on her
God
just
forbid.
as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Women have.
Forbid.
So the you would notice a shift in how the dwarves are acting that are under her command.
Okay.
Over like a couple of weeks here, when you're between the time here, you would start noticing a shift in the behavior of the dwarves. Specifically, like, before it was like Ela was, when she was going out and drilling the troops, while they're doing exercises. Before it was like they respected her clearly. But now there's almost like a bit of reverence. When she goes out among the dwarves, many of them like do a bow to her as she passes. And you even hear people whispering and calling her calling her Ela the Chosen. And at a certain point, there is after like about probably around the time where the last session ended, which was a couple weeks before the attack. This change has already been kind of happening for the course of a week at this point, but around the time we left off last time, picking up there would be a day where you're watching her, and she's not in the Dwarven city. She seems to be in like some caverns, and she has a group of other dwarves with her.
Oh hell, they're going to another fucking wellspring.
Would you kind of like watch for this day, or?
Yeah, like something is finally different, so now I can feel like justified or whatever in my viewership or something.
Vindication!
In your voyeurism. No,
Fuck. Do you know how hard it is to not do a spit take directly onto my fucking laptop?
Yeah, so you start to realize that she's on some sort of expedition.
They're going to find the source of the Nile.
And they seem to be heading deeper into the mountain. They're going through some natural caverns, but then occasionally it'll be old abandoned mine shafts and stuff. And as you watch throughout the day, you see that they reach some sort of like old fortress deep below the mountain.
It's fucking Minecraft movie.
And you see that like you kind of actually here roll a D100, and you want 50 or higher.
There's this roll 20 that's not loading, by the way.
It might. Sometimes it has issues, but
No, that's one else.
sometimes
Yeah, I
you
can't get it at all.
sometimes you might have to exit out to, like, just go to Google and just go to Roll20 like from the start, because sometimes it like breaks if you try to load directly into the game. I've noticed.
No, I always just Google Roll20 and
Yeah.
jump through all the hoops. No, but
Right,
I
so-
barely got a 52.
This is basically a glorified coin flip to see if the 10 minutes where she enters this fortress are one of the ones where you're watching or not. And it is.
Okay.
And so you get you basically watch as, I'm not going to go through all the details, as her and this group of seasoned dwarves that she's with enter a fortress and begin fighting what appear to be constructs of different types. Like suits of armor that are enchanted, like, and moving on their own and stuff. And then even a stone golem that's in an entranceway. And you're watching this just hovering in here. And yeah, it's about right. You watch as she leads her this little expedition through this abandoned like vault fortress thing. It clearly is like an old dwarven fortress, but it has clearly been abandoned for a long time. and these automatons were left long in the past. And you start to get a good idea of her combat capabilities as well. Notably, she is quite strong, as you kind of had already seen. But more than that, she seems to have some sort of abilities that you haven't seen before. In that, well, from her at least, that you wouldn't expect from like a dwarven warrior. She has some sort of ability to command earth and rock. Occasionally, she raises a hand, and tendrils of rock, or like pillars of rock, erupt from the ground and hold some of these automatons in place.
Huh.
Also, roll me an insight check, actually.
Okay. Insight.
Okay. So you continue watching, and you see that she basically kind of keeps progressing until her and her expedition, and like a couple of her expedition fall wounded or and stuff, but she quickly protects them, and like she has like a war axe in one hand and a shield in the other, and she is always quick to lunge forward and protect her fallen comrades. And you start to get the idea of why she has been kind of, garnering the respect that she now commands, because she is fearless always with when she does this, and it basically gives out rallying cries whenever whenever someone is down in her little group. And they continue smashing their way through all of this until they reach a vault room. And basically, not to bore you with the details, basically, she's completed a quest here to reclaim what is clearly this old dwarven fortress with treasures within.
No way.
And importantly, what you see, Hingwis, is that when they get to the vault room at the very heart of it, the fortress, she goes in and she literally says out loud, this is what I was looking for. And on a pedestal, there's an amulet. She grabs the amulet and puts it around her neck. And there's a pile of gold and treasures behind her in this room. And you hear the whirring of mechanisms and clicking of metal parts. And a figure rises, gold cascading off of them. And it's a 10-foot tall metal automaton. And the rest of her expedition looks at them like, oh shit. And she just says, "Do you serve me? Kneel if you do." And the large metallic figure kneels in front of her.
You got the fucking Decepticons before the dome
God
dropped.
damn it. You found fucking Liberty Prime. Shit.
It's not that tall. It's like 10 feet tall, but it's still pretty big.
What if Adau happens by Hingwis's room right about now?
There's one more thing that happens, though, before... Well, let's say, as Adau walks by the room and is like, what you doing there? Hingwis, you're still looking in she turns to you, Hingwis.
She turns straight towards...
She turns to the sensor and looks dead at it and says, "Did you really think I couldn't see you? I hope you see now what you're dealing with."
Hey, Adau. Hey, buddy. Hey, friendo.
Yeah, we got one too.
Hey, man, what's going on? How's the surveillance going?
Not great. So I think I don't know how. Well, okay. She knows we've been surveying her. I don't know how long, but for a while. So some of her information may not be the best.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. She just apparently knows. She just talked to me. I don't know if she knows that I'm specifically watching her, or even if she knows who I am. Literally 10 seconds ago.
Is
it's actually great that you're here right now.
Yeah, it's actually kind of a wild coincidence that she spoke with you, and then when you walk in, she looks at the camera, the thing.
Sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, right. But
what's going on?
Well, so she is incredibly powerful. I mean, she's revered as not a god, but clearly a more than just your average dwarf. and really cares about the people around her, which probably just adds to the reverence. I'm going to be real, because she just fights with reckless abandon to protect literally everyone in her troop at all times, which, I mean, respectable, but exploitable. On top of that, they might have a robot.
A robot? What is that?
It's something I've only heard about in like the barest of terms, but it's just this.
You mean a Warforged?
Actually, so Talvo would have probably talked about this, because Talvo grew up in a kingdom that was neighboring the largest dwarven empire in the world that happens to have a lot of artificers that make lots of automatons. So Talvo probably grew up seeing them when dwarven merchants came into town. He would know.
We literally
Talvo's told me about that.
What, sorry?
How do they...
I thought we
fought a golem.
You have fought a golem as well, yeah, but that was
we fought at
before
least
he was
two.
here.
One on the boat, one that tried to kill me.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a stone golem,
there
it
was
was an iron golem.
There was a stone one?
Well, there was a stone one in, what's the Dwarven City that you guys destroyed, that one.
The city no longer there. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Well, it's there, but, you know. And then there was an iron golem that was protecting the Dragon Elf treasure ship.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
They had a flamethrower, and we...
How do you know they had have a golem
Well, so this is...
robot?
Well, I saw it rise in front of her when she put on an amulet, so I'm guessing the two are connected. I don't know. She could have gone in there for two things, but I think that she put on a necklace, an amulet, that lets her control this automaton.
Why didn't you tell me about this before?
Because I literally just saw it in the same stroke.
Like right now? They just have
literally
that in their
right
city?
now. I was going to end this and then come tell you all, and you happen to actually be here, which is nice on my part. I don't even have to get out of the goddamn chair. But I don't know how you missed it, man. They've been they've been setting it up for ages. She probably just knows whenever we're watching her and just stops talking about important stuff in that moment. So I don't know
but how do I miss seeing it if it's just in their city?
No, it wasn't.
I know.
It's okay. It's not okay. They went. Okay, they looked for this thing. They went through like a bunch of caves, and I thought they were just going to go to another like wellspring like we had, but no. Apparently, there's like, leave it to the dwarves to make a bunch of old buildings underground, right, and then abandon them. And so they went to one of those. They found a bunch of treasure, but who cares about the fucking treasure?
So wait, you're telling me?
Who does?
Hila and her troop or whatever are isolated from the main dwarven force right now in a cave, and we can see them.
Yes.
I know a guy who could exploit that fact.
Okay, by all means. You'll be underground for at least another, probably like 30 minutes to an hour, unless they can just teleport right back out. I don't know if they can. My 10 minutes are up. So we'll have to find out in 10 minutes from now.
Understandable. I'm running away to go get Helios immediately.
Okay, luck.
Helios cannot currently see his list of spells, but he definitely remembers them, and is ready.
Okay.
Yeah. But my idea is basically, I want to teleport us in there so we can just kill her without having to deal with the dwarven army at all.
This sounds like a terrible plan, I'm gonna be real.
It sounds like a great plan. We can bring more than just our party. We can bring some other people too.
Oh, okay. I probably should mention that she can literally just like mold the world around her.
So can Bree. What's the problem? We have the anti-magic thing, so you know.
Yeah, that'll definitely hurt them more than us.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not teleporting halfway across the continent underground.
Well, it's only like 1
It's like 20 miles.
Do you realize the terrifying possibilities?
It's the whole underground. We've had
It's
too
a
much
gamble,
time.
but do we want to face 1,000 dwarves and their empowered commander and their golem?
In their home territory?
Yeah, well, no, I mean, that's, pretty much in their home territory, because we wouldn't want to meet them here. Or do we want to face one really powerful dwarf, some chaff, and then one golem with all of us? You know?
Sure, we're all here. And I mean, the chaff is like chaff, but I'm pretty sure it's some of her like most elite, you know? It'll basically be just a fight between the elites of both militaries. And I mean, if you want to forego our military to forego their military, then I'm not gonna say no, but I feel like this is not great.
Yeah, well, so Hingwis, you would have seen that her
Are we all together?
Let me actually give you the other info I was going to give you.
I would bring
Hingwis,
this to
'cause
you
would
guys, so
matter.
we
Okay.
all need to
While we're doing this, with my 21 perception, are we being watched by any orbs at the moment?
I mean, do you have
Because
any...
we
Oh, yeah,
discussed this.
I can detect magic with
Yeah,
the shield.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, unless you have a magic, like, true sight ability or anything, then
Okay.
you wouldn't be able to see
We
something
should
like
check
that.
that. If they
But yeah,
know we're
Adau
watching
could-
them, they're
Yeah.
well, we're not doubt them to
Honestly-
do the other way back.
So,
Whenever
so-
we meet, we should, like, because Private Sanctum is another one of those spells where you can do it every day and it becomes permanent. So, and honestly, that sounds like a really valuable thing to put over our meeting room. So I think I'll get on that. But for now, we'll just detect magic.
Yeah, I would say so. Hingwis, there were a couple of people who you would have known about by now. A couple notable people that you were getting info on. And one of them is with her, actually. Importantly, one of the people in her little expedition was the chief mage of the city.
Ooh, what is their name?
Rugno. Rugno. Yeah.
So,
And you would have seen him fighting in these little scuffles against the automatons. He also seems quite capable. To put in perspective, you saw him use at least a few like 7th level spells in the fight.
Oh,
So it's not just she's not the only like strong one. He was with her. And you have seen her talk to him a few times. The vibe you get is that he doesn't serve her directly. He serves the Duke, or technically they use the term Jarl, or the equivalent. But the Jarl of Kaupadal is who he serves. Who you've also actually seen some interactions with the Jarl. But but for whatever reason, he's with her on this expedition. Presumably having an order there or something. So,
all right.
but you would know that it's not just like she's not the only one you would have to contend with. That like Adau's assumption about the rest of them is true. The rest of the dwarves in the expedition are pretty much just like decently skilled warriors, but nothing for you guys. But it is her, this automaton that she now controls, and this mage who is fairly high level in game terms, from what you can tell.
Interesting. Okay. So I will relay that they have a 7th level caster who calls himself a mage, so he's probably a wizard and not
Oh, yeah, nerd.
much of
I
anything
feel
else.
like court mages are probably wizards most of the time.
Usually,
Yeah.
they might be a sorcerer, but it's pretty unlikely.
Yeah.
So
I still think we could do it. That's like saying it's me and like you, and that's why we shouldn't go. When we have me, you, and you.
And your
another
friend
me.
Steve.
Yeah, and Steve.
Okay, all right. If we do this though, okay. How many infantrymen? How many warriors did I see?
Like maybe like 8.
Okay, so there's like
That's
10 of them.
convenient.
Yeah. Okay, so they basically just double us.
8. Well, hold on. 8 total, or 8 like infantrymen, or 8 including
8 plus or minus 10-foot golem. Right?
yeah, Ela and Rognu.
besides
Rugno.
them. So
So then,
it's
so that's
11.
not a teleportation thing,
Yeah.
or maybe they
Um,
teleported down there somehow. But
Either way, there's 11 of them. If we were to anti-magic, I don't think the automaton would be stopped by anti-magic, so I think that thing would be still going. I
Or
think.
not.
I don't know.
well, a constructed automaton might not. But what kind of automaton was it? And then, I guess.
Yeah, I should describe it for you, by the way, because like,
Oh, okay.
well, you haven't seen a golem, so you wouldn't have any point of comparison.
You should telephone
no,
it. You
but you
should
saw
tell
them
it.
fighting a golem on the way in. So you would have seen a stone golem was one of the things they fought to get to the heart of the this fortress they were in. And stone golems are golems are normally kind of like just made of solid material basically, and then just brought to life. This thing seemed a little more complex than that, in that it seemed like you definitely heard like the mechanisms inside of it, and it definitely has more of a I don't know. It definitely seems slightly more intelligent or like aware, whereas like golems are most of the time pretty clumsy. This thing seemed like it had some level of awareness.
Okay. Alright. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know exactly what type of golem it was. It was some gray metal. They all kind of look the fucking same. I'm gonna be real.
It also has a shield, by the way.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, so it's some shielded automaton. It looks to be semi-intelligent. It'll probably be a capable fighting force, and I imagine will defend Ela, possibly even if the amulet is stripped from her, but I doubt we'd be able to take the amulet off
I
of
was
her.
like, dimension door yoink, and then...
Oh my god. if you can just dimension door your hand, it's just that's not a terrible
I
idea.
don't know how that would work.
Like,
does it look like a tearaway necklace, or was it like an enchanted attunement thing? Like, how magical did it look? Like, could you just, like, rip it off, or no?
I mean, I'm sure that... we can
that would
search
be
it
really...
try. I don't... It looked very magical. I mean, as far as I can tell, it was the thing she was seeking from an abandoned dwarven, like,
Oh, yeah, that thing is horribly cursed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, it's probably not a great
Yeah, because if we did it, we could try it, it would just be the really funny, Marvel-ass teleport. I shouldn't have done that.
Uh-oh! And then, they cut your hand off or something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
And I need those.
True. They're kind of important for you. And we definitely don't have anyone who can regrow hands.
No.
No. I can't do anything
Yeah,
like
they're too
that.
busy flipping heads around.
Also, I'm gonna go grab my food real quick. You guys keep discussing. This is
Yo.
good.
It's food zing. Okay,
I'm
okay.
kind of like, I'm thinking, like, while we could do this, it also does give them a major home field. I'm kind of with Talvo at this point. It gives them a major home field advantage. I don't know if is the smartest idea.
I do not
fighting
want to
dwarves
teleport
in
into
caves.
a cavern that I didn't walk into.
Also, I could just fuck up. Like, the odds of me
And-
telefrag somewhere,
yeah.
just miss. Like, this is a rough one.
That's
And
true.
I kind of feel like I want to fight that giant robot someplace where I can shoot a ballista at it, rather than
Yeah,
trying to
I get
not
that.
like in the
Yeah,
town
it's-
walls, but maybe a nice comfy middle ground where we force them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah,
But then
which
we
is,
don't bring
which
them
is that's
here.
our original goal. It was
Yeah.
to meet them on the road
Fighting
and
dwarves
bomb
on the
them.
surface
And we
is our
know
home
that they
territory.
have that, so we're at least more prepared, because for whatever reason, even though she knows we've been watching her, we still saw that.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
obviously
they
there's
had
stuff
to
we
do it at
don't
some
know.
point.
but
yeah.
there's also the fact that they had to. So I don't think it's a home field advantage because they're going to some abandoned place that isn't part of their city.
Well, I mean, like, underground
Yeah.
entrapment
Yeah.
things go wrong easy.
That's
Yeah,
true.
fighting a dwarf.
I'm
in
assuming
a
the
cave
golem was
is
built
home
for the
field.
underground.
Yeah. But there's also they had to fight their way to the golem. So
They are weaker.
so right
Probably.
now their leadership is weaker.
Yeah,
Well,
would
she-
Poetry have access to all of their spell slots, or would they?
Yeah, see, that's
She
the
never
thing, I don't
actually
know.
seemed to get really hit much during the fight. I mean, she occasionally took a slap to knock someone out of the way. Like basically, only some of her fellow countrymen seemed to actually get hurt. She is scarily capable. I'm gonna be real.
I don't know. I mean, I understand the reservations, but we are outnumbered.
I'm gonna
in
be
a
fully.
field battle, like a pitched battle.
I guess, but as they come to us, I mean, we've laid traps for their army on the way towards us, right?
Mhm.
So as they come to us, they'll be fighting against the very ground itself, which is not really a fight that you can just kind of win. It's just sort of eat losses.
Yeah, we do have like a battalion of crazy boarmen ready to like,
Nice. You know what we gotta do?
eat their flank when they get too close.
Bring the golem here, Bree, summon a bunch of birds, we tie ropes to them, and we do the fucking Hoth battle thing with the golem, and then we just
Ooh, true, actually.
That's not a bad idea.
No.
Or
From the famous
Even better.
play Hoth.
because it's like these are like mountainous roads, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Eat it off the side of the mountain.
do the
Take
Ewok
a
tree
back
thing with
to
the
Yeah.
Ah,
knock you.
true. Okay.
I love a
So
good woodland critter battle.
I'm gonna be fully honest. My home field is when when I am on solid ground, but there is sky above me. Like being in a cave is not necessarily where I shine best.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
And even if we were to anti-magic out the two of them that are commanding, like you mentioned,
I do not like that look on Britsha's face. They just discovered something.
Uh-oh. I mean,
Yeah, I only just
For-
realized some.
uh-oh. What'd you realize?
I want to see how many it is. I think I can technically make two gorillas, but I have to like break concentration with one of them.
You summon it in their lines, immediately break concentration.
Just
I
randomly
can do that too.
That's
I can do that too, and I can summon a demon. So I don't know if I want to do that. but
Why can you summon a demon?
Don't worry about it.
As the head leader of the local church, I'm a little worried about it.
Well, I can't do it right now because I don't have the spell prepared.
And you don't regularly talk to your demons?
Yeah,
What are you, my
I do.
attack?
I
Well-
hold up my shield.
Look, we have Relg, and he talks about summoning a demon. So it just like I connected some dots. I
Do
just
not
wanted
This
to
is
make
like
sure that wasn't
this
the
is
case.
like a little tiny baby demon.
Well, then what's even the point?
Well, I don't do it.
So-
I just can do it.
So what, are you guys
Okay.
what did you guys discuss?
We discussed probably not going to do that.
Yeah, because yeah.
It's just, it gives them too much of a home field advantage being underground, and we know that we excel in not that.
I will say
And we had... Good.
the genie can plane shift that robot away.
It's just,
True.
you know what? On planes, you're...
It's a charisma save. And I
Well,
don't
then
feel
okay.
very
The genie
charismatic.
must be faster than the
Domo
golem.
arigato.
Yeah, but what if the automaton comes from Japan and it's a really charismatic automaton?
But there's also, will the amulet work?
Well,
Like,
we got
if,
shit in
if I
Japan
read
too,
the manual
so-
of golems, does it tell me if I'm controlling a golem and it gets teleported to another plane, am I still controlling it?
Well, here, why don't you guys make Arcana checks if you want to see how much you might know about this type of
Oh yeah, would this be a
automaton.
legend lore thing or no?
It could be.
The
Okay,
concept of a golem?
then based on like giant metal golem underground amulet nerd. Okay, I used legend lore. I'm taking
Can I-
notes on a notepad because I can't get my sheet.
Can I try to describe the fortress that I saw so that he might have a better idea of what legend he's loring?
Sure, yeah. Also, yeah,
Okay.
Helios, if it's you might want to like clear like the cache or like cookies or whatever because
Oh, true.
yeah, to try. Cause sometimes it's the browser itself doesn't like Roll20.
I was hungry.
Munching.
Okay, so first let's get to the Arcana check. So Adau and Talvo, you both would know that like you would kind of come to the same conclusion that like, well, so again, like Talvo, you remember seeing automatons from that dwarven empire that bordered the realm you grew up in, and so dwarven dignitaries and merchants and stuff would oftentimes have their own personal bodyguards. Most of the time they were pretty mindless, though. But you would also know that most of the time, and this is something that Adau and Talvo would both know, most of the time they don't actually require any sort of amulet of control. Most of the time they are just like, once they're created, they are given a master, or, they are imprinted with a master, and then that master, they serve that master until they're told to serve someone else or whatever, so. But Helios is able to cast Legend Lore, and when he names this, or like when he describes this place or whatever, yeah, you can name or describe. You describe this place, and you do get actually a good bit of information. This is I don't have a name on hand. I didn't think of a name because I didn't think it was actually going to be this relevant. But this is a old dwarven keep built deep in the midst of the mines and caverns below Kaupadur, the city there. So it's directly below the city. It's just in a part that became unclaimed.
Good idea not to teleport there.
So this is definitely
Yeah,
their
we messed
home
it up.
turf.
Land in their training yard. Hi guys!
But it's one of those things where basically the dwarves, like throughout different periods of time, have had different parts of the mountain they're focusing on mining out and stuff. And this is one area that they kind of abandoned at one point because it kind of started coming under attack from like goblins and shit, basically. And nowadays that's not really a huge problem, but this this fortress was basically left with a bunch of automatons, because at that point in time, the dwarves here had a lot of artificers and stuff like that, where they were able to make this sort of thing easily. Nowadays, these dwarves don't really have that sort of technology as a thing they regularly produce.
A lot?
Well, so they left a lot of these automated defenses in this keep, and this is where your legend lore comes in handy. Apparently, what you're able to gather is that for hundreds of years now, it's been kind of left down there, but the dwarves in the current city of Kaupadal have been saying for years now, like, we need to go down there, reclaim the treasures and the technology there.
So the allot.
The what?
So the allot of
A lot of automatons.
Yeah, well, so I mean, Hingwis has already seen a lot of them. A lot of them got destroyed as they were going in there.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so golems and automata. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You know, golems are automaton. You know, so
Oh, okay.
Wait, so was it like the iron golem? No, it was just more of a machine thing. Okay.
there was like a stone golem and a bunch of other like animated suits of armor, like smaller things, right? Then
the one that we saw was much bigger than just a suit of armor. It was like the bigger.
Yeah, it's clearly
Iron
much
thing.
more complex, and you're able to figure out that this fortress, which again had a name, but I didn't actually come up.
There
with
was
it.
a sign in the scrying, but it was scratched out from being so old.
Yeah.
So you don't see it in have it in.
This thing was called. They knew that the dwarves that were going down here knew from their legends what this was. This is what they were here for. This is what they were looking for. It was called the Shield Guardian of blank, whatever this place is. And when they said, when you're learning this in the lore, you're like, Shield Guardian, okay.
Okay. So it guards the shields.
And
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
definitely.
you probably get a little bit more info from the legend lore about the Shield Guardian itself, because it was like one of the most prized inventions here. Apparently, it is a construct that is linked to whoever wears the amulet of control for it. And unlike normal golems, which just serve you, a Shield Guardian, it shares its life force with you, and it shares a much stronger link. In fact, it takes the damage that you're taking and shifts some of it to itself. It's linked to you in that sense.
Interesting.
Additionally, they're also a little bit more magically sophisticated than other automaton. They can actually store spells inside them to a limited extent.
They can just
And-
use them?
Yeah. And when they're commanded to, they can release whatever spell was stored inside them.
Wish? No. Okay.
Oh, so they
No.
have like a bead Gatling gun on them of like
Yeah.
spell storing.
Well, no, it's only... You would know that
I
it is,
have the
it is
fireball beads,
limited.
and I can just literally be any fucking anything. Okay.
It is limited. It's not like you can store a wish in there now. It's weaker spells normally, but...
Well, that's not good.
No, that's
No bueno.
I'm glad we
It's
didn't
not
go into
insurmountable,
that.
but it's not good.
So I would just kill Elo really quickly. They'll take the damage, and then they'll both die. Surely.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think
how
that's
it
how
works.
this will go.
It'll just
Oh, and it
work.
regenerates HP.
Of course.
Oh,
Ah,
great.
fuck.
Does it also
Okay.
regenerate for Elo?
Fine.
It doesn't regenerate for Ela, no.
No.
It doesn't. It can't like transfer life back to her. It just.
Would
takes
I know
damage.
if it required attunement or if she just put it on and it's suddenly like, yeah, you're my friend now?
I mean, what do you think from what you've seen? What Hingwis has seen, at least.
I think I fucking know.
It seems like it's just tied to the amulet. There's actually no attunement.
Okay.
Oh.
Damn.
Oh.
Okay.
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 There's no attunement, you say.
Okay.
Now the
We
problem
can-
is that dimension door is an
can
action,
work that.
so I can work with that.
Well, fuck that. I'm just gonna run up and rip it off her.
Yeah,
What's she gonna do?
Mm,
Hit me?
try. Hey, oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Hey, you know what? I have a 28 AC when I have Shield of Faith up, so...
Yeah, two people go up. One person takes the hit, the other person grabs it and wears it.
How do you have 28? That's insane.
Well,
Phase
yeah,
was
I
only
have
like
15.
you
2.
told
Can I have
me
some?
that Suldu's mithril plate is +3. That's how.
So it's okay.
So you have
That's
25?
21, and then I have plus
Yeah.
5 from Shield of the Scale, which is 26. So +2 is 28.
Well, you're right.
I'm standing behind you. That's
Whoever else
16.
can wear plate, you can have my old +1 mithril plate armor.
Is that
which-
light armor?
No, but it's mithril.
Nope.
Doesn't that mean you don't have to? No, that means it's
No,
you
it's
don't.
the
You can have
physical
below the
clunkiness of
strength.
plate armor that means that I cannot fly about.
Yeah.
Let's see. It doesn't impose disadvantage on stealth, and it doesn't have a strength requirement.
But you still have to be proficient.
But you still have to be
Yes.
proficient. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Damn.
no one else. I'm the only one who can wear. Can Cog? No, he's a barbarian, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else do we have that's just a fighter?
Feyor.
Aya.
Eeyore? Yeah,
Aya.
Feyre.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
True. I mean, he's not really normally in combat with us, is he?
No.
No.
He's the cheerleading on the sides.
If Aya wants the armor, but Feyor being Rockheel's like right-hand man, I could see him wanting this, which is adorned with lots of like dragon elf kind of symbology. So it's whoever wants it.
I prefer to keep Aya shirtless anyway.
Okay.
All right. Well, fair enough. Then Feyor now has a 20-something AC. I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely a big upgrade for him. He probably had like half plate before. So
Soon, everyone will have this.
I mean,
Alright, so so it sounds like you're not going to teleport into a hostile unknown territory.
well, now
It was a
territory.
gamble, but it would have been a
It would
really
have been
if it had paid
interesting.
off, you know.
Yeah.
Then that
It would have been funny. And
So,
that's what counts in the end.
Okay, yeah. So then here's the
True.
question: does Hingwis continue to like keep us surveilling now that he knows that she knows?
What is one?
It's
I mean, like,
it's like you accidentally pop into
You
the
can just pop
shower
with her
and
now,
you're
just be like,
"Oh,
"Hey, how
God,
you
I'm
going?"
Sorry, and she.
I didn't mean it. Well, I mean, she now knows. I feel kind of weird about it now, but like,
Bro, it's not. It's you're not a voyeur. You're spying on the enemy.
yeah, but she knows I'm spying on her.
Who cares?
Exactly. Like,
Me, I'm gonna get, like,
you can just bug her now. Just be an annoyance, right? Just have fun
Yeah.
with it now.
That's true. You
Yeah,
can't
you can
talk to her.
through the orb.
Yeah,
you
just
can
talk to
suggest
her.
people around her. You could just cause chaos. You could say, "Hey, you, guy who's carrying this food to someone, just throw it on the
backflip.
floor." Yeah, you could just do that stuff.
That'll just
Also,
increase their
I did
hatred of
learn.
us.
So I did just learn. The suggestion ends when you stop scrying. So
Okay.
that's not really. It would have been too relevant for the dragon elf guy who freed the slaves because he was screwed anyway. But we should remember that in the future.
Okay.
Yeah, we can once a day we can cause chaos for fun.
I don't have that much of a. I mean, I can't.
It's up to you. You don't have to do it.
I guess I can. This thing, the axe, does give me dominate person. I don't know how helpful that could be.
Probably pretty.
Oh yeah.
Probably pretty helpful.
I mean, it also has Gesh. It also has some other
What?
ones.
I don't know what
It-
Eos does.
Eos, but it's Gesh.
Oh.
I learned that.
Yeah,
I like that.
it is technically that.
Wrong. Anyway.
Hang on. Hang on.
Ode Gesh.
Yeah.
I've never seen that show.
It's good. It's like one of my favorite animes, actually.
Really? Okay.
It's also very extra.
Dominate person. What do you do? Oh, you're right.
But anyway, so I guess while we figure this out, the overarching plan is see if that magic guy ever shows up. If he does not, buy oil and pitch and stuff from Pune, and prepare for battle.
Okay. Yeah, by the way, I'm going to send you, Logan, the intel that you would have gotten about the notables of the city that you have actually had a chance to see.
Okay. If it takes damage, it may make a wisdom saving throw. 10 minutes, so it's concentration up to 1 minute? Oh, it's just a... Oh.
There you go. Okay. So, I'm gonna go grab some more food real quick. Sorry.
Valid.
Okay, I'm gonna get a drink.
He hankers.
2 seconds.
King Voltuf the Cruel. Oh, I see. Oh man, that's not great. Wait, does everyone remember? I don't know yet. I guess I sit here.
What if I just prismatic spray the golem and then I hit the 1 and 8 and it just poofs away?
Just gone forever.
Yeah, free
Honestly, but honestly, if we thought prismatic spray on like a couple dozen guys in a like rows was bad, what's the range on that?
60 feet. No limit. 60 feet. Any amount of people you can cram in the 60-foot cone.
Yeah,
Get hit.
so
Because it's a foot, because we went over this, it's not like, it doesn't like target colors at people. It's just a fucking
it's a
rainbow,
spray. Yeah.
60 foot wide, and anyone in its way gets a 1 and 8.
So you drop off the
crazy.
castle and then you just hit like 200 dwarves all at once
Exactly.
with a level 8 spell.
It'd be wild if it,
Yeah.
if it targeted certain colors of people.
Oh,
That's a very
God.
different spell. That's a very
So-
different spell.
Yeah. But like with Firestorm, 2 Firestorms and that, you can like eliminate a battalion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy what high level magic is capable of.
And that's level 7? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 7. So oh really? So we could do 4 of them because Bree and I both have it.
I can do 2.
We
Well,
have 6
you
of
have
them.
Firestorm. I can do 2 prismatic sprays,
2 prismatic
teleport,
sprays.
or dominate monster.
Okay. I also have Sunbeam, which would go. It's like a line of 60 feet in
Yeah.
one direction. It could maybe hit 2 dwarves standing side by side in that line. But with between our like orbital bombardment and the prismatic spray and firestorm, I think we will pretty much only have to contend
Here's
with
what we're doing.
the
Only
mages.
really good glass makers set up a giant magnifying glass, sunbeam into there. You get prismatic spray. Single 60-foot cone of
Holy
light.
shit! Yeah, would that
Prism.
work?
No, but it would intimidate the fuck out of them.
True.
Alright.
We blind them all so they can't see anything. They're fighting silhouettes.
And then
I did. I was
turn it
wondering.
around, and then it becomes the death ray.
Yeah. I literally the other day I saw a video of a guy who used an old like CRT television lens as like a solar death ray is what he called it, and it melted rock. Yeah. I didn't know it. I did not. I mean, it's like a meter by a meter or something, and it's all concentrated onto a point. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Hey,
Wait,
and then I
okay,
was like, I wonder if we could use that to like fire brick without using coal and gas and whatever. But you know,
That would require innate knowledge of the inner workings of optics, which I don't know if we have in the year 1000.
Yeah.
I remember.
No, I mean in real
politely-
life. This was a real life question.
I remember very politely, like at the beginning of like season 2, asking for a spyglass, and you guys got up my ass about how hard lenses to make for a spy.
It is
I mean, you
extremely
admit
They
that,
are
admit
very
it,
hard to
admit it,
make.
You know.
Yeah.
But they exist. They're just really rare.
So let's
We should like research that over the winter.
let's
Yeah.
let's
Wait,
yeah.
Next winter. Next Christmas.
Poetry, real quick. Errol's gapped.
Yeah.
You said he is not as cruel, but is even more efficient and does not care at all for the slaving enterprises he essentially runs beyond the bottom line profit.
Yeah.
So does he like or dislike his slaving enterprises?
Oh, he likes the enterprises. He doesn't care how much suffering they cause, as long as
That's
they're
the
okay.
less
fighting.
evil guy?
Yeah. Yeah, I could have worded
The
that
less
better.
evil.
No, the king of the dwarves. His title is King Voltuf the Cruel.
Yeah, so
And he's the
Voltuf,
last-
Even by dwarven standards, he sucks.
Voltuf's reputation. So that's the thing. Gapt. He's the jarl. The Erls is the dwarven term. Gapt is doesn't really care how cruel it is. Like, he doesn't get any enjoyment from the suffering, but if it creates more profit, he's down for it, right? As opposed to his cousin, the king, the king is rumored to like basically take slaves he doesn't want and just like torture them publicly. Like the king enjoys the torture. Like, so yeah.
Oh.
So that's the distinction, Logan.
Okay.
Is that for Gopt? It's just that like he's down for whatever amount of suffering, as long as it brings more profit in for the enterprise of the slavers.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
He dies slowly.
But he doesn't like go out of his way to cause suffering.
Yeah, it just happens to be profitable.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
know. I've heard this one before. Something health insurance. I don't know.
Yeah. So, anyways, though let's see. Okay, so a couple things would have been happening over the past like week or so that Logan was noticing this shift in the dwarves and stuff before this day where he saw the specific thing happen. A couple other things would have been happening as well. There would have been a steady trickle of recruits coming in from Pune and other cities of the valleys to the west and along the river from Adau's order. Adau's order has been, spread to several cities now, and some of the recruits have been told to come here for further training and instruction, and also the ones who were already, who did already have some combat knowledge were told to come here to help aid the defense of Roliger. And so, Adau, you do start to have a little warband of your own conglomerate here. Before, you had maybe like a dozen acolytes. Now your numbers swell up to well over 30, maybe 40 even. Most of them are very fresh recruits, right? But at this point, your kind of core acolytes that you had, including Cog as your right-hand man, they've gained more experience, and they're able to kind of like, you're able to delegate some of the training to them. And so, yeah, the rest of you all would notice something that maybe, I don't know if how much Adau would even consciously recognize this, but the rest of you also definitely notice that, like, a lot of these recruits seem much more like they heard about Adau first before meeting him. And a lot of them, are when they are, walking around the town or whatever, when you hear them talking, they're like, oh, the leader, Adau, he's so impressive. His muscles bulge so bit. No, they wouldn't say that, they wouldn't say that. But they basically
you can see the muscle bulge through the armor.
I'm watching you, man. You start taking wives out of these people. I'm shutting it down.
So you would notice though that like these a lot of these newer recruits that are coming in, the rest of you when you they also kind of defer to you guys in this way to a lesser extent. But it really seems like they heard about Adau's deeds first, and then sought it out. So they're much more almost like they're very deferent, right? They're very much like they view Adau above them in some way. Whereas his core acolytes, who we kind of started with, they know him personally, and they don't really treat him in that way.
I'm gonna talk about the couple of times we had Adau dressed up like a girl.
The what?
Said I'm gonna talk about the few times we made Adau dress up like a girl.
What was that?
What?
I definitely remember we disguised. Well, no.
Yeah, one time
we were,
in.
We talked about this back in Il2 Silva. In Il2 Silva, I think we
also did it.
No, we did it there. Because we saw it was wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were all.
I might have done it
looks
once.
like Adau? I'm Adau.
See, and what you should have thought when I did that is, this is what was going on. That's what I looked like in that moment.
But yeah, so anyways, though, so you guys notice this kind of shift in a lot of the newer recruits that Adau has. Seem like they view him a little differently. So that's one thing that happens in this time as well. There would be a couple of things. So Logan, actually, I do want to. So would you watch Ela anymore, or would you kind of hold off on that now that you know she?
It's like a TV channel, just yeah, it's on today.
I mean, I don't know. I'll defer to you guys. Do y'all think I should continue watching her now that she knows that we're here?
I think just start fucking around with stuff. It's gonna happen no matter what. Just just fuck with everybody.
Yes, you can scry on the other people too. other
Oh,
important
true.
people.
Hang on. Okay.
Show some Discord. Be like, do you really think this is a good idea?
Yeah.
It would be nice to know when they left as well.
'Cause can't you
I
could
do.
suggest to one of the slaves that they poison someone's wine or something.
True.
That kills them.
I
They just
access to
die
poison
when they
or
get
I
found out.
have an idea.
Hold on,
So-
all of you said something at once. Can we get all that again?
Everyone on 3, we have to say our thing at the same time.
No.
I mean, no, I was just saying that like for poison, they would have to have poison on hand, which most of the time.
Yes, yeah, they would. But you could
Poison's
suggest that they go. Oh no, because it doesn't
tried it
work
on the
once
king and he
the.
banned all the poison.
Yeah.
Or on the Jarl. I do, however, have a small smidgen of an idea. So I want to start scrying the mage, if I could, the mage of that serves him, serves the Jarl most often, so that I get to see the Jarl more.
Okay.
Clearly, Ela knows what I'm up to, so I just kind of want to scry her less, so that they know less of when we're seeing them.
Okay.
But I want to start seeing the Jarl. If I could, eventually, I want to start just scrying the Jarl and just looking at him.
Yeah, you could definitely start doing that
Okay.
within a
sick.
couple days. Yeah.
If I ever have the opportunity to be scrying him while he is determining slaver contracts, I would like to use dominate person.
I don't think
And
you need
I don't know if you.
person.
No,
for
it,
Does it?
suggest is an inherent part of the orb.
Yeah, you can only
Is
use
it?
suggest.
Oh, I can't cast spells through it. Okay, because
No,
it has a
it's just that
physical range.
specific spell that's built into the orb's abilities.
That'd be
Okay.
crazy. Suggest is mini kind of dominate person.
True.
you know?
It's yeah. Well, I would like to suggest him whenever I see him trying to negotiate slave contracts. I wish to suggest to him to basically just start being more irate and keep demanding more and more stuff until it's just completely unreasonable. He's never satisfied until he just rips the contract apart.
Okay.
And so basically, slaving. I'm trying to get them to just slow down or stop slaving by having the slave coordinator kind of just shit the bed.
Okay. And then here's the thing, though, is that it's unlikely that the time that you are scrying him is right when he's negotiating something like this.
Yeah.
And he's
so
probably not renegotiating contracts every single day. So here's what we'll do: we'll roll a D100, and if you get a 90 or higher, or the number 69, then
Natural.
then so you have 11 chances, or I guess
I
12,
inspire this
including
action.
90.
Yeah, a D12 deer roll.
okay.
If that's
Alright.
the thing you can do.
Can I add plus RD12? Is that
Sure,
a way
yeah.
to?
I don't think that's how percentile rolls work, but
You're not supposed to.
it's funny.
No.
If I type it out.
Yeah, but if you overshoot 100, you all die.
That's RD12.
98, baby.
But what did that do? What did
We
that?
almost ended.
Yeah. It looks like it worked though.
It did work, in fact. So I guess I
RD12
see
doesn't
him.
do anything, so it's just 98.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so we would have all died.
No, it's fine. I was joking. You're good. All right.
Unless-
Okay, so you actually are
Fuck.
scrying
Wait.
when he's doing one
Roll
of these
D12.
contracts.
What? I don't want to roll a d12. I don't want us to all die.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Are you trying to get over 100 on a 100?
All kill.
Okay.
Yeah, it breaks the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll say you do happen to be watching when one of these contracts is signed.
Yippee! He's importing new fresh slaves or something. Yeah, no. Whoever it is that he's talking to, I'm just gonna kind of influence him to have more and more outrageous demands until the whole thing just falls apart. And my goal here specifically is to get whoever is contracting with him to think that he's just an unreasonable piece of shit asshole and not want to do this anymore.
Okay.
At least help it all specifically.
All right. So you're controlling the Jarl specifically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I rolled for him.
Bit of
He
trolling.
does fail. So you basically do this. You basically feed lines to him, like the guy is in the past you've allowed me to use this stockade when I bring in the fresh groups, and the Jarl is like, no, you must put them up in fancy hotels. Like you just like a bunch of shit. And the slaver guy is like just really confused. He's like, what
I want triple the fucking money yesterday.
And I will pay you only in copper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so long story short, it does work. The slaver guy is just like it's unclear if he's gonna come back and try again or something, but he just leaves like okay, without getting a contract. So
Slightly less slaves, you guys. I probably could have done something more
We
impactful.
can just slowly do this in every city.
yeah.
Just take down like.
And then then you hear the guy as he's leaving the room. He's like, "Well, gotta take him to the capital city where they're gonna be treated even worse now." Damn, I was trying to be at least a little charitable to my slave.
The monkey's paw.
I was gonna say the number of slaves did not change. They're just going somewhere else.
Yeah, but no, it reminds me of like in the Witcher.
Follow that guy. Now haunt that guy. Just start going up the chain of scribe. You know him now, so you can follow him.
Yeah,
And just start going up the chain and just have this B plot.
It reminds me of the
He's
Witcher
probably, like-
1. In the Witcher 1, there's like a lot of
This is more of the H
situations
plot now. But
where if you take sides with someone, they end up getting fucked over even more. Like it's kind of like
Aww.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, I didn't bring enough like food for these like 200 slaves, so now I guess some of them are just gonna starve on the way to the next city.
Oh, jeez. Well, anyways, but yeah, so anyways, you're able to get some intel, like we said, like I sent to you, Logan. But other than that, and you're able to do that. That would be the one chance you have for something like that in this time period. But there would be some other stuff that happens too. For instance, okay, let's see. We went over that. Around we'll say like the day after the whole scrying incident with Ela, where she got the shield guardian, you eventually you guys are, so the following day you guys are all doing your business or whatever, training, preparing, when someone comes up to you guys wherever you are, and there's no alarm bell or anything, but someone comes up to you, one of the watch comes up to you and is like, you guys should go to the gate. There's, I think, a visitor here for us.
I'm just gonna say fuck it. I'm just gonna fly over the wall. They don't even need to lower the gate. They don't even need to lower the secondary smaller door or the smaller door for the rats. I'm just gonna fly straight over the wall and land in front of the gate.
Superhero roll athletics for superhero landing.
What you see is a dog. A Saint Bernard dog, fully grown Saint Bernard.
It's Beethoven.
That's just sitting here, and he's just sitting wagging his tail. And around his collar is like so he has a collar. Around his neck is a collar, and hanging from it, instead of like a tag or anything, there's a little like a miniature statue of like a tower.
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
I need
Where's the
50
guy?
cc's of bone stat for this dog.
As you call out, do you go pet the dog or anything?
I absolutely. I'm just like, oh, hey little guy, hey, what's happening? Hey little fella.
As you
You're a good dog.
As you step up to the dog, it like wags its tail and it definitely comes and gets some pets. But then you hear a voice boom out from the dog, apparently emanating from the dog. It says, "Please stand back."
All right.
And then the voice rings out again and says, "It's for your own safety."
Yeah, no. I'm stepping back.
Yeah. The rest of you are like at the gate now, by the way, and you're like looking at what's going on.
I don't hear anything. You just see him like back up and salute at the dog.
Your dog damn right.
Sees the dog, Bree would like run to the dog.
Okay. Yeah.
No, wait. Not quite so close yet.
As you're running up to the dog, Hingwis got here first since he can, fly. As you're running up to pet the dog, Bree, all of a sudden, the little statue of a tower, the statuette of a tower attached to the dog's collar, goes zoop and flies off, and all of a sudden goes zoop, and all of a sudden there's a tower right next to the road that leads into the gate.
The dog is eviscerated.
Yep.
The dog is fine. The dog just sits there, still wagging his tail, and then it looks over when this happens, not very surprised or anything. And all of a sudden, there is a 30-foot tall wizard's tower sitting next to your guys' town.
Excellent.
And now the dog knows that its job is done, so it runs up to Bree and gets pets from Bree as well.
Nice.
Um,
Most important part of the campaign.
And at this point, the door of the tower opens, and a fairly slender, modest man walks out. He has some spectacles on and a little hat, not a wizard's hat, but like a beret. And he does have kind of like a robe on, and he steps forward. He looks to be maybe in his 30s, and he looks at you all, and he waves. He's like, "Hello there,
General."
Hello?
Man.
Shut up.
Hello.
He's like, I've heard a great deal about you all from my friend Iltu Silva, well, and just from others as well."
Oh, well, thank
We'll take that as a compliment. We'll open the gate
I hope.
too, because I know who this guy is.
Well, you just set up shop outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just chilling on the road next to the gate. And he says, "My name is Pat."
Pat.
Hello, Pat.
Okay.
Well, Pats.
Oh, hello, Pats.
It's because of this. Any motions, and another
Gates
one,
up Pat's
an
tower.
identical version of him walks out the door and says, "Hello," and he's like, "Yeah, Pats."
Oh, what's up? Are there more?
Pats?
There's a few of us.
Pats?
Yeah.
Are you all Pats?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all me, so you get Pat is fine too, but Pats.
Sweet.
Y'all are the Pats. Okay.
Pat's got it.
Well, I get the
Pack of
idea
Pats.
that they aren't the Pats, they are Pats.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, there's like a
I
race of
mind.
Pats.
What? Was this
Okay.
like? Did you do this? Like, was it a spell?
He's
How
like,
did
yeah,
that
yeah.
happen?
No, I split myself up like this. It makes it more efficient to run my business, you know.
Do
I
not
got,
let Adau hear that.
Got my own personal
So-
library in there, and you
Do
know,
not say this.
one pat holds up another pat to grab a book down. Another pat flips through the pages while another one looks. You know, it's quite efficient.
Interesting.
You feel each other's pain.
What?
We. It looks at Bree suspiciously, like it's like you're not
You're
gonna
just
try to hurt me, are you?
Dude,
Well, I'm curious. I've never seen anything like this.
Yes,
I
we
do.
do
It's
share.
fair.
We share our mind. Yes, I mean it is just me, and I am just me. I just happen to have multiple bodies. You know.
I'm
Probably
trying to
So
get
all
some-
of the information just like feeds directly into all of you as soon as
Oh,
any of
no.
you see anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
They share the pain. That also means
they share everything.
They can have like an orgy where they're.
Oh god, oh no, it's gonna be
I was gonna say
the guy
I was
from
gonna
If I didn't bring up the poetry I was going to about 3 seconds, so
oh what is it? What's that show called?
The Omega.
Spoiler alert for the boys.
Yes, yeah, and also Invincible. Because
Oh yeah, true. Well the
Yeah.
Invincible
I
one is
hate
a lot
this.
less fucked, but anyways.
Yeah, it's
I
like
hate
yeah,
this.
yeah. Anyway, welcome,
Does this
Pats.
The what?
That's-
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What did Bree say? Wait,
You
what
can
did you
just
say?
tap him. You don't
I
have
try to use my staff.
Oh,
No, stop.
luckily that's
I
a
want to
miss. Yeah,
impose
so
one
you
D4.
actually
I want to
miss.
impose
so
one
they all
D4.
start dancing.
He kind of sidesteps it. He's like, "Whoa,
No.
hey, watch out there! Watch out there, bud!"
He's
Sorry.
from Eastern
Please do
Minnesota.
not make the Giga Wizards hate us. You'll embarrass us in front of the
Giga
wizards.
He's like,
The
he's like,
gizzard.
so would you like to come into my here shop there?
Can the dog come in and we pet them while?
Oh yeah,
You're-
he's
Oh,
he's great.
fuck yeah.
Can we find if it goes like, is it like a time limit, or is it like...
The what? Sorry. Oh no, the castle's fine. And until I pack up shop again, it's fine. It's not gonna like rip you in half when you go through the door. And, I learned
Yeah,
my lesson
that's
after the
like
first
a-
couple of times. We lost a couple pats that way, but it's
Oh,
fine now.
I'm sorry.
Damn.
Anyways,
I guess
yeah.
it's better than losing customers.
Yeah, but no, Patrick here is a good boy, and he like rubs the dog's head.
That's crazy.
Wait,
I'm starting to think that they are
Patrick
all
is
the
like
dog.
the wizard, and then like the dog is the real wizard.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that the real wizard is the dog.
He, like,
Can I talk to it
no,
then?
he was one of the pets that like got like polymorphed accidentally, like true polymorphed into the dog. Yeah, Bree, talk to him and see if he
Yeah,
got.
Bree, talk to the dog. We need to know. This is vital for the
The
operation.
dog. Yeah, you can talk to the dog, Bree. And he's like, "Woof,
Dog
hello.
thoughts.
What's up?
You control these pets?
What? No, they feed me. They're nice.
Okay.
It's weird how they
Who
all
are
have the
you?
same scent, though. I've never had people
He's
like
been
that.
true polymorphed, so he doesn't remember.
I think it
Okay.
would.
Well, he's chilling. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Shoot,
I'm
it's not
gonna
like a
go
demon.
in the shop and like,
Moral
look
crisis
around.
averted.
Okay. Yeah, you go in the shop, and as you're going in,
I'm slightly worried about all of us packing into a fucking clown car here, but let's do it.
I mean, like it's actually decently spacious on the interior.
Now.
In fact, as you're walking in, it seems bigger on the interior than it did from the outside.
Any
Like
screwdrivers?
the outside, the outside looked like maybe like 20 feet diameter. On the inside, it looks like 60 feet diameter. Like it's like a big room. And as you're walking in with Pat, one of the other Pats holds open the door. And as you walk in, like there's a couple other Pats that are like stocking shelves and like getting stuff set up, and they all wave as you walk in.
Hi. Okay, so if all of you were to drink a beer simultaneously, is that the equivalent of drinking like 10 beers at once? Do you all just get like stupidly drunk?
Like, oh no, like it's like we each have our own bodies, you know.
Okay.
It's like they're a Gestalt consciousness, you know.
Well, yes, but no.
Gestalt.
Meanwhile the
So,
Pat
like-
that is that is leading you in, he says he's like I haven't had customers quite like you all in a while. The adventuring type with your all sorts of business that I've heard you get up to. We're glad to have you here. We have the lower floor here you can see is my emporium. Upstairs I have on the second floor is my library. Feel free to go and peruse up there as well, although before you take anything with you, obviously I can sell books to you, that's fine as well, but please don't just take and on the third floor is my private quarters, so I would appreciate leaving me our privacy up there.
Are there beds for all of you? I mean, of course there are. What is that? What kind of question
Yes,
is that?
except for that one. That Pat's there. He likes to sleep on the floor for whatever reason.
Fair enough.
Can't argue
Can
with
you
it.
like
Or sleeping
play
camp.
card games with yourself, or can you just all see each other's hand?
Yeah, we would know. It doesn't really work, unfortunately.
Are they all wearing different clothing as an identifier, or is it just because he is himself? He
Oh,
knows
really?
if he's got proprioception for all of
They
them.
have different clothing, different sets of clothing.
Okay,
Although
okay.
it's all the same style, just different like color schemes.
So they have their own bed, like with that. How do you make another Pat? Did this kind of like does it just happen, or did you like consciously make it?
Oh, it's a modification of the simulacrum magics. It takes quite some time to explain. I won't bore you with the details. It's also not. It's also a fairly expensive process.
Yeah,
We don't have any
obviously,
wizards
so
here anyway.
Yeah, no.
Oh, we have
actually have a
one.
critical lack of wizards.
Yeah, we have one wizard, but he's not quite skilled enough to reach
Does the
this.
power scale by the size of the creature? Like theoretically, like a rat would be easier.
A rat probably would be easier. They're much simpler creatures. I mean, no insult by that.
Pointing at the 3 angry rats on Bree's shoulder.
No, they don't want you. They were like, we'd rather not have you hit us.
What if I pretend to trip over, but like I swing my staff while I'm falling over?
Roll me a deception check.
Are you gonna try and meet Pat? Like, what is this?
Okay, as you... Well, here, you know what? I gotta roll for them. Luckily, they only make one roll, because they do share the...
37 insight.
Okay, they don't actually figure out that you're fooling them. So you actually do manage to, like, trip, and go, like, oh, whoops, bonk, and, like, hit one on the shoulder or something.
A chorus of ow!
Yeah, okay, that's a hit too. So you do hit, and it does come across as an accident. Luckily, yeah, just a few damage. You're not trying to actually hurt them, obviously. And they're like, ow, 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 ow. Like, they all say ow at once.
Do I need to do like mass healing word or what?
Yeah, wait, hold on.
The
I think it's
guy's
just the
like,
one body.
The guy's like, oh, I'm fine. And he's like, are you okay? And they 3 of them come over to, like, help Bree up. And they're like, oh, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that 4 damage was
Bree's just
actually like
clumsy.
80.
They like,
No,
like,
that would
like
be-
Bree's on
that'd
the
be
ground.
really
He's not
strange.
freaking holding up, but it's like 3 of them all holding up the 3.
Yeah. But
Three
yeah, so-
different.
Yeah, I was actually holding up 17, but you could.
Alright,
So-
anyway.
Okay.
yeah.
I would like to purchase
This is a
items.
dangerous thing to give us.
I would like to consume.
So he kind of just like
What?
motions around. He's like, he's basically like, take a look at what we got here. And he basically, it's basically up to. He's got a pretty wide selection, so he's not gonna have like a lot of, he's not gonna have a lot of like +3 weapons and armor because that's stuff that is very rare to come by. But like pretty much almost any, I would say he pretty much has any potion up to like rarity, stuff like that, right? So, probably he has any common magic item you could think of, and most uncommon, and a lot of rare ones too.
Okay.
I need defensive anything. Does not require attunement.
Yeah, right.
Because I don't have any slots. I can't take like a belt or something. But I could do like, I don't know, anything. Get strong, quick book.
Yeah, so he would shrug and be like, well, I mean, we always have potions of speed that can help with that. If your enemies can't hit you because they're too quick.
Right.
It's always worked for me.
Wait,
Yeah.
Speed. Hang on, going faster?
Yeah, you would know that a potion of speed is just basically the equivalent of a haste spell.
Does it make you tired after?
Yes.
Damn.
It is just literally the haste spell, so whatever the haste
I would
spell-
definitely go down, so it's not a smart idea.
So he's like we got we got potions. He would say he has a okay. I can't remember what this one does exactly.
I still have a potion of running. I don't know what that means. I have a question mark next to it.
The what? Sorry.
I don't. I just have this in my inventory. And I don't know what it means.
Was that?
I think it might have been. I don't know, actually.
Was that the one? Hold on. Let me look through my notes. Because I think I have. Was this from the little old lady with the sketch potions?
Maybe.
I feel like that's what it was from. Huh. Well. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was from the little old lady that was kind of like, that was hitting on Helios.
I got a potion of running.
And well, she just said like I think you had asked her what it did, and she was like, "Oh, it just makes you run really fast."
Right.
You just can't stop, ever.
Can I ask him if he knows what this is?
Yeah, sure. Okay,
Like,
actually, that's
as
good.
a
Yeah.
man of potions, what the? I don't want to drink this.
He's got like a whole. He's got a whole set of like alchemy tools behind a counter on one side of the room, and and you can tell that there's another connected room on this floor that has like a whole workshop in it. But funnily enough, he just takes it, like uncorks it, and puts a drop on his finger, and he goes and tastes it. He's like, and he's like, quick trick. If you ever need, just take a quick drop. Normally, you can get a good idea of what something does. And and so he takes this drop. He's like, oh, where did you get this one from? That is This is no potion that I've ever tasted before. But from what I can tell, it has a weird effect on it. It would compel you to run until your legs give out. I'm not sure why anyone would want that, but
What could I do with? I could get. Could I like disguise this as something else to like give to somebody?
he shrugs. He's like, I mean,
Like various enemies. You know how it is these days.
Yeah, actually, I have a potion I need identified too,
okay.
and I would hand him a bottle of Mountain Dew.
He does the same thing where he takes it, he looks at it, he's like, this does not have the consistency of any potion I've seen. And he takes a drop of it on his finger. He's like, I see what you did there. This is quite nice tasting. Although I know it's not a potion.
Caffeine's a drug.
Yeah.
Traveling brand deal.
Yo.
Can sell some.
He is honestly. He's like, I wouldn't mind taking some with me when I go.
Well, we can definitely hook you up with some. I got some other stuff you might be interested in too while you're here.
I've heard of your Cool Ranch jerky. I admit I talked to when I was talking to my friend Aniltu Silva. He the court mage there. He said that he had tried some and that it was quite good. So I would be interested.
I pull out a Ziploc bag full of it.
Yeah, he'll try it, and he you see his face. He's like, as he's chewing his way through it.
Oh hell yeah. So you guys want to buy just like a shit ton of fireball beads?
I was thinking, I'm looking at my list. If he has more fireball beads, I'll take them.
Yeah, as you're looking around, he actually has those just on a shelf. That's the other thing too, is that you guys have been in, magic item collections before, like emporiums, but most of the time they have fairly small selections. Most of the time the wizards or whoever collects them are pretty cagey. They don't like display a lot of their stuff very openly. But all of his stuff is pretty much just like out in the open. Like you could just grab it. Like obviously he's expecting you not to just like run out the door with it. But the point is that
I don't know.
The thing is, he's like, it's very clear to you that he is. It's very clear to you that he isn't worried about you taking them because presumably he has systems in place to detect that, and also presumably because he only goes to places where he trusts the people to be good customers. So
yeah, we only commit financial fraud.
Yeah.
We steal from the poor.
Yeah. So he. Yeah, he would have 2 necklaces of fireball beads. Both at full capacity with 9 each.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, we'll buy both of those. It does not matter their cost, and we will separate them off into, fireball beads, which we will hand out.
Mm-hmm.
I am looking for a few specific things.
Okay. Yeah, the necklaces are. He would charge you 4,000 gold each.
Okay. Let me. Can I create text documents, or do you have to make them?
Oh,
I don't need it actually. I mean,
I'll make a list. And I can make a list, but
it's 800, so be 30 for 50. Be 29 for 50. Okay, cool. Chilling on that front, and now we have 18 fireball beads.
Mm-hmm. What other stuff are you guys looking for? Yeah, because he has a pretty wide selection.
Yeah, it's like, does he have like a library books and shit?
Yeah, he has a whole library that you can go
Okay,
peruse
presumably
through.
this guy's been around. Is there any, like... I'm just thinking of, like, maybe history things before Dome went up, carried down through time, Purple Dragon
like
book.
old lore.
Yeah, give me lore.
He would actually have some books relating to, like, that are from before the
Yeah,
very
give me like a kid's book, Who is Purple Dragon?
Yeah. He would actually have 2 or 3 books that are like... He would definitely have some old Dragon Elf books that date back to when the Dragon Elves were completely subservient to the dragons.
Let's buy all of them. And then learn from them.
Okay.
Well, what are they? I mean, because it could be a really old book, but it's like a cookbook,
Yeah, one of them is a cookbook.
Yeah, just translated that.
But no, okay, a couple of them are... One of them is actually kind of what you're looking for, though, which is like a chronicle of events. And you would recognize it as being around the fall of the Dragon's Realms, which is around the time the barrier was put up. So, and like he said, you're free to read some of the stuff, like, while you're just chilling in the tower. You don't have to.
I just read it really quickly. Just...
But you're able to kind of like peruse through. What knowledge are you looking for, Helios? While the rest of the group is shopping, Helios is in a comfy armchair on the second floor of the tower.
See, that's the problem is I don't know. It's like, damn, like Adau would probably like this.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that so on the outside of the tower, there was like a small window, like maybe like 2 feet tall, 1 foot wide, like a little tiny window you'd see in a castle tower, right? But now that you're up at the second level, but now that you're inside on the second level, again, it's much bigger on the interior. There's a cavernous library with like, you know, like some
windows.
Yeah, like ladders and stuff. And the one window is instead a giant like bay window that curves around like a third
Does
of
it look the exact same? Or does it look like...
No, like it's just it's like a large like glass fancy window that is like a third of the circumference of the room, and from the outside it was literally just a little like slot.
Can I look
basically.
out the window?
Yeah, sure.
On a wave
I mean,
somebody in the town. It'd be like really small, I think.
Yeah, you see the town like outside and pathway and the gate.
Does it look like when we left?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's very easy to just step back outside too and check, make sure everything's okay. But yeah.
Okay. I was seeing if there's a Lotus Hotel situation. Okay, cool. Can I go back? Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like my anything that I want is AC boosting, and those just don't come easily. So I'm kind of just squishy. So I'm like, what else can I like learn and things to prepare?
I mean, a big benefit. So, like for you, I feel like instead of AC, one thing that you could do, because you have decent range, if you can get better speed, then like I don't know, on a pair of
better
boots,
speed without the debuff of haste.
Right, like if you can find some boots of swift walking or whatever they're actually called, you might be able to just outrange people who are trying to run up to you and stab you.
What is your dex score, Helios?
12.
Okay. So, as you would have been like asking about maybe you'll go look around for the books a little bit and then kind of walk back down to the Emporium shop area. One of the Pats looks at you and is like, "It's like I had an idea. You said you want you were asking about different things."
I'm squishy.
Yeah. I do have you do look like the fairly agile type, and he's like looking at like the fact that you're in like light armor, that you're not in like heavy armor or anything. He's like, I do have this, and it and he holds out a little stone. Actually, hold on, let me see what color it would be. Where is it? Okay, it's a deep red sphere.
Ooh, this looks
stone.
so evil. I'm in.
Like a marble. It's like a red marble. Not like the fire beads, although it's.
I was literally about to say we're about to make a horrible mistake somewhere.
But he looks at you and he's like, here's the thing about this ball, this unassuming stone, is it can enhance your abilities, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
No, he's like, it can enhance your agility. Well, thus its name, a stone of agility. And
No way.
the more agile you are, well, the more things you could dodge.
I desperately need that.
Yeah. In game terms, it increases your dex by 2. Which means you go from a 12 to a 14, which does affect your AC. Your AC is in part based on your dex score. So
do I just have this like in my pocket? Like how does this work?
Well, so he would, if you ask him, he's like, well, once you spend your time synchronizing yourself to it, it will float around your head, actually.
So attunement.
Yes.
Yeah, but you could just hard swap out. You should have like a ring of protection for 1 AC or something like that, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at my god.
Yeah, you have your
I
instrument.
wrote it down and
You have your
I wrote
instrument.
them down, but apparently
Yeah.
I fucked up where I wrote them.
Well, you have your instrument, you have the helm, and you have.
Oh, did the sheet change? Oh, the sheet like changed.
Yeah, they might have changed the layout.
Oh, but yeah, I wrote stuff down and that like box is gone.
Let's see.
What? I had like a note of what I was saying. Somewhere. Oh, okay, no, the characteristic was shortened. Yeah, I have the helm, my bow, and the amulet of health, which was Constitution, which is also really important.
Yeah.
So I probably don't want to drop that.
I mean, you could probably just take +1 or +2 armor, but I'm just attuned to this fucking pearl. I never used this goddamn pearl, so I am slightly interested in that stone, actually.
Okay.
Here you go.
Yeah, you'd be like, oh,
I have +3 armor, so yeah.
Um,
I have 16 AC with +3 armor. It's a struggle.
Damn.
Yeah, so he would look at you and he'd be like, yeah, of course, this stone here goes for the price of 8,000 gold pieces.
Alright, so which of us is walking back over to the treasury at the end of all this?
We're just
He's
Adau, can I find this rock?
He's gonna be here a couple days. There's no rush. Like, he's not just here for a few. Like, basically, whenever he comes to a place, he sets up shop for a couple days. And lots of times, in fact, it's because lots of times he will also like brew like weaker potions for just like random, like, you know, like some of your guys, like your mercenaries, or not your mercenaries, but some of your soldiers will probably come and spend some of their extra money on like little trinkets and like health potions and stuff, right? Because some of them are minor adventurers at this point of their own. Some of them might also come for some, you know, some assistance in the bedroom, you know, normal potions like that, which he can also provide.
Yeah, that's their standard large potion. What if? So I know there's like a feast spell thing where it's like as a bard you can like
Heroes Feast.
basically like heroes you can like encourage your group. That probably isn't like a thing I could just buy, but is there like any amalgamation of like, can I get things to have a big let's get ready for war party?
Well, I can cast
morale
that.
booster. You can just go.
I have.
I can't do
Heroes
fuck
Feast.
all today.
I mean, yeah, like that's
anything
more
to
like
like hype people up or be like a cool like performance
Well, again,
while
that's
we're
more
here.
like a spell, which Adau has. So there's not really like an item for that.
Yeah.
What he does.
Or is that more for like a cool performance thing or something? That's like a morale boost.
About this, he's like, it's not really something I could do. I have a couple spell scrolls of that, but that's a one-time use. But he thinks about it, he's like, I do have something. And he goes and rummages around in a chest that just has like a bunch of like various items, and he pulls out like a satchel, and he's like, this can spice up any feast. Literally. And he tosses it to you, and and you it has a bunch of different pockets. Including a.
So it's like a bag with pockets.
It's a satchel that has like some outer pockets and then like a big compartment. And he's like, he is like, what type of food are you in the mood for?
So I was thinking we've been workshopping some ideas. I'm thinking like a flatbread,
okay,
with some sauce and some aged milk.
Okay. He's like, you know what sounds like it would go good on that? Some parsley or oregano, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, here. While you're holding that, say oregano.
Oregano.
Now open it up.
This is weed. No.
You open up the compartment, and inside is a heaping mound of oregano. You instantly get the scent. Fresh oregano.
Dude, spicy Mexico. Fucking love this.
Oh my god. Spices on demand.
Talvo is over, like, looking at potions and stuff, and he turns around. Are you buying a purse, Helios?
What's your favorite spice?
So he would tell you, he's like, yeah, this pouch, there's only a couple like it. My friend Heward made it. Heward's Handy Spice Pouch is what it's called. It's a real
How much is it?
It's an official item.
How much is it? Thanks, Huey. How much is this?
Yeah, he would tell you. He's like, for this 100 gold. It's not really that the materials themselves are the biggest thing, and then he had his own unique magics, but they're not really going to help you that much. It's just for a little bit of seasoning. But hey, sometimes if you're ever traveling deep in caves for what seems like months on end, wondering when you'll ever get back to the surface and see your long lost loved one.
I have nefarious ideas for this.
If this ever happens to you, maybe it'll just give you that little bit of extra taste of home. You know, that extra something that edition needs if you're missing it when you're on the move.
I'm buying this.
Yeah, so it's 100 gold.
Yes. Adau, put it on my
very
channel.
cheap for you guys.
I'm updating it live as we go.
Pocket cinnamon!
Yeah. Yeah, I can make
Yeah, we can make our enemies take the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah. We can give this to Spicy Mike or whoever. What's his name?
Yeah.
Who came with us? Talvo, what's the guy? Kevin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Spicy Kevin. Yeah.
Spicy Kevin.
Yeah, Spicy Mike's cousin.
We can, anytime he's doing like a big thing. Okay. That's funny.
So yeah, so what other items would you guys be looking for?
I had another idea, but I'll let someone else go.
I am to the point. So you see this amulet, Mr. Pats? Mr.'s Pats?
Yeah,
it's an amulet of the devout. And it's pretty cool. I've heard that there are more potent versions of this. And I have a +2 and I want a +3.
Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Then there's also, I have this belt that gives me the strength of a giant. A frosty one at that. I'm wondering if you have any other such belts.
Sorry. Yeah, he would, he's like, the belt, definitely. Let me look at about, that amulet. But he would kind of like, he would point to where one of the other ones is now going through, like, a big locker, like an armor locker. And that one pulls out a belt and is like, this is the best belt we got. And he just, like, shoves it down on the table. Meanwhile, the original Pat that you were talking to is also going to look for the amulet. So the other one takes over though, and it's like this here is from Cloud Giants. Not quite as great as a Storm Giant, but
still though, that's a 100,000 on the Vuvuzela roll. That's pretty good. I feel inspired
it's your average. It's your average.
Say yes to buy this Cloud Giant belt. Also, do they accept goods? Like, will they buy goods back from us?
No, depending to some extent, yeah. So,
okay.
Well,
because I want to like trade in the Frost Giant belt.
Okay,
Well,
yeah, that works.
can
Unless
I
you
take
want it,
your
Talvo.
belt, and then I'll give him my giant belt.
The Hill Giant belt. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah,
Hill Giant belt, he'll give you like 3,000 gold for.
this is gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hill Giant belt, he gives you 3,000. Then you trade down the belts.
Yeah.
So Talvo now has the Frost Giant belt,
Yes, which gives you 23 strength, by the way.
and
Jesus Christ.
Adau is like looking at this Cloud Giant belt, and he's like, "This
Tears
one
in
is
his eyes at its majesty.
He's like, "This one is pretty pricey. What's your budget looking like? I know you guys have a lot, but
We have the treasury of a small kingdom.
Yeah, but what does that mean these days?
True, inflation's
Everything?
hitting us all pretty hard. We have only about 300,000 gold-ish. Plus our assets.
How many of those are liquid?
300,000. Well,
They're
no,
all, like,
I
solid
we have
coins.
2 dragons of body parts. We have a bunch of Enkeg chitin. We have 2 mine carts of ice blick. We have a bunch of magic items. And we have gold and platinum.
so you're just hauling around giant corpses, like dragon corpses.
Yeah, we ate all the meat already, and the sinew and stuff was used for bows. But now we just have the scales, horns, teeth.
Skeletons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but dragon bone.
So yeah, so
probably
he looks
goes
at
for a
you and
lot.
he's like, well, you definitely can afford this, but it isn't cheap. This thing is well, I bought this from an adventurer. Must have been 20 years past. He's like, I know I don't look that old, but I'm a little older than I look. The
Wizards tend to be.
the what?
as wizards tend to do.
Yeah, and he's like this one did not come cheap to me. The guy I bought it from, he lost three of his 4 companions getting this. Apparently, a cloud giant had set up shop on the top of a mountain and was demanding tribute far to the west of here. And well, they went and took care of the cloud giant, but well, costly endeavor. 60,000 gold.
What do we think?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay.
20% of our entire budget on boosting your strength by how much?
4.
Yeah, cloud giant is was it 27?
Yeah, 27.
Which is was pretty intense.
It's not my budget to control, but I feel like I don't know.
Well, it's technically
We
up
haven't
to
done
you,
any money-making endeavors in a while, but this is like 2 dragon swords, you know? Like, this is not... We could get this back.
It's not sitting in the bank. We're not getting interest on it, you know.
True.
Well,
also,
except
yeah,
you are charging rent to some people, or you were.
No,
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, no.
Not anymore.
Our range of income.
Yeah, you lost your cash cow, right?
Yeah, Riley, he was gonna make us that 60,000.
Yeah, true.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm down with that.
Well, of course you are.
guys-
You wanted it in the first place.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I'm saying I think we could make it back.
Well,
pretty
let's
easily.
coordinate everything that we want to buy and make sure that it all comes together within budget. Because if this fucks over something,
I spent $100. I don't want to.
yeah, he's chilling.
All right,
was
so,
$100
all right, well,
in
yeah.
pocket,
So I think I'll be fine to purchase this, but let's collate everything and see what the total cost would be. So next is the amulet, and then third, I wanted to look upstairs at books. Specifically, I wanted
books.
Yeah, I wanted to. Well, yeah, those, and I also wanted to know.
I can't read
about-
Elvish, so here you go.
True.
How long
About
have you been
getting
sitting staring at the books?
Trying
they have pictures.
my best.
Oh my god. Remind me to teach you Elvish later.
Yeah, but
I don't think
I
you can
wanted to
either.
find books about giving Kasaria a body, not a dragon
Okay,
body necessarily, but like I don't, we don't really take advantage of Kasaria being here ever.
Well,
for,
I mean,
out of
we like
out
to
of
not take
character
advantage of
reasons.
people.
So, well, yeah, but
So you as you guys have been discussing this belt, then the other Pat comes back and he has an amulet that looks like the one that you have, that you showed him, and he's like looking at it, and he's looking at yours. He's like, "Do you mind if I see yours real quick?"
yeah, sure. I mean, I'll take it or unclip it or whatever.
Yeah, and he kind of like looks at them and kind of weighs them both, and he's like, "Yeah, no, this one I have is a little more potent, but and if you want to make a trade for it, it would only cost you about 10,000 gold."
Okay. Can I? Hey, Helios, could you look at this and tell me what, like, if it's better? Like, what's going on with it?
Sorry, I was looking at other things. What are we looking at?
I'm gonna hand him the amulet.
Yeah, you can identify it, and yeah, it is a +3. It's a +3.
This is a +3 amulet.
As
Oh hell yeah, dude! Thanks.
opposed to the +2 that you had. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is gonna be the thing that I buy preferentially over the belt. So if anything, I will buy that.
Is that a thing I can do? Like, my amulet of health is like, it makes me go from like 12 to 19 constitution, but can I like +1 it?
No, I mean he didn't get an upgrade. He just bought a
Oh,
new
it's a
one.
different thing, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, different
But I
thing.
mean, like, can I look for something that boosts con a little more?
He
Well-
wouldn't have anything like that.
Okay.
So if you have an item that sets your con to like a higher
Yeah.
stat, even if you get boosters, until they boost you over that threshold, they'll do nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you get like a +2 item, it would only bring your base level from 12 to 14, which doesn't help because you're raising it artificially to 19 still. So
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
this here's hang on, I'm wearing a really nice vest, but trust me, under this vest here, suit of armor, a little bit of studded leather, it's fine. It's not really a suit. It's okay. It does the job. I get stabbed a lot, and I have to rely on this man. I don't actually know where Duncan
Pointing
is
at
in
Adau.
relation to me in
Don't find me with her
all
down.
the screens. But trust
Yeah.
me, this guy, I have to rely basically entirely on him to not be dead about every 15 seconds. So if I'm definitely interested in that stone you showed Helios earlier. But if you possibly have any sort of lighter armor that may magically give me some kind of defensive bonus.
There are also some cloaks that do stuff like that.
I have one that I don't use anymore.
Cloak.
What is it?
It's a cloak of protection.
Yeah,
or
he
something.
has a cloak.
Ah,
of
that's what I was
protection.
thinking of.
What-
Yeah, I just don't use it because
It
I was
just
attuned
gives
to 4
a-
things for a couple months, and I
Yeah,
realized
the
how
cloak
is
of
the cloak of
protection
protection?
gives +1 AC flat.
There's,
I have
there's
it.
also
I
the
think-
cloak of
But if he has something
displacement.
better, yeah.
Yeah, which gives people disadvantage on hitting you until they hit you, and then until your next turn, they don't have disadvantage anymore. But it's like a blur effect that makes it hard to see exactly where you are.
Wait, what is this thing?
The cloak of displacement.
Yeah.
Oh, and you also have the cloak of displacement?
I know. I only have
I don't know if he
protection.
does. I just said it.
I have the protection.
Oh, okay, all right.
Did you guys?
Well-
I don't think you have one of those, do you?
No,
We
but it
don't
sounds
know.
cool.
No.
Does he have one of those?
Well, let's
Yeah,
see.
no. Now that you're talking about it, that sounds pretty neat.
Let's roll and see.
That's cooler than a +1 AC.
Yeah, true.
69 or higher, and he has one. No, he doesn't. He'll
Damn.
tell you. He's like, actually, I saw one of those once. I already sold it to an adventure a while back. I think they went off and said they were going to go try to find and kill the purple dragon. So they're probably dead somewhere. But
Yeah.
So we're gonna find it in 3 months. Let's go. You know where it is? It can lead us there.
he shrugs. He's
Hey,
like,
you
"No."
could probably find where it is, Mr.
Yeah.
Legend Lore.
It's
But
just
anyway.
a regular. It sounds like a regular magic item, though. It's not like a.
Yeah, I wouldn't really be like.
It's like a run of the mill you can buy.
Although, I
limited
mean,
edition.
if you if he hears you talking about this, because you're pretty openly talking about this stuff, he'll be like, oh, if you can do that spell, I forgot that you can. I forgot that you can do that with your music magics. Yeah, I could tell you. I could tell you their name. They actually were fairly well known. They might come up on the search.
Oh.
Well, yeah, who were they?
Yeah, it was Billy Bob. No,
Ah.
I thought you were gonna say yeah.
I don't know,
Word.
but he would give you it would be Jack.
Just Jack.
Yeah,
Just
Jack. Yeah, he was a fun guy. Came around my place a couple times.
He went to fetch his pail of water. He never came back.
He actually killed a couple giants on his own. Even it was a pretty notable guy. This was maybe 30, 40 years back, quite a ways away from here. But yeah, if you look up Jack the Giant Slayer, yeah, it'll probably come up for him.
Is this the one that I always hear was told to be more nimble and quick?
It might have been that same one.
You sell many candles. Okay. Okay, let's do that then. Let's be like, okay, we gotta, even if we're not looking for this cloak thing, it sounds important.
Yeah, you do your legend lore, and it basically is going through, and it's going through kind of like it's almost like you're in your head, you're reading through like a thing, and
Inventory.
I like to think it's like in Ratatouille when the guy is reading the thing, he's like,
Yeah.
because it's like it gets more and more ridiculous. You're like he grew up in a small town, but then he literally went and single-handedly killed a giant.
Only in a small town.
Like he just got lucky, and then from there he basically just kept having good strokes of luck. Until the end when he died. He died trying to cross the sea to go to where the Dragonos are. He died to a kraken, and his body lies in the kraken's lair.
Excellent. So do you want that scarf thing? Whatever. I know where it is.
Oh!
Yeah, we will eventually deal with that.
Yeah.
Helios, do you mention any of that? Possibly that he died in the Kraken specifically?
Yes. How do you feel about krakens?
Oh! Okay! Thank you for reminding me. I think there's a plot against the government of the... Don't worry about it. It's not important. What is important is you,
What?
all of you, Pats. Do you have books on Krakens?
He's like, I think I
Didn't
have
sell
a-
to Jack.
I think I have a book on greater creatures of the sea that might have a part on them.
That, how much would it run us?
A couple hundred gold, maybe max. I have to go look it in and pull it up.
Okay.
Happen to have any giant kraken killing spears in the back? No.
I think that the Dragon Elf government is a sham. I think that they are using Krakens to replace the purple dragon, and I think that that is criminal behavior, and I would like to end that.
I'm buying into this. I like it.
I am a minor conspiracy theorist about Krakens at this point. I'm losing my mind slowly. But, okay. Alright. Then, yeah, I guess on the total bill, add Book of Great Sea Creatures.
It would probably be like 50 gold, actually. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, you can go up and grab it, though. Sure. And that will have info. Basically, we'll say that when you want info about a kraken, you basically have it. Or other, like, sea serpents, things like that, too. Yeah.
Okay.
Although it's not going to be, like, specific to, like, specific krakens, obviously.
Here's where you aim. Hang on. Okay. I have another thing, unless people have other ideas.
Yeah, well, actually, let's see.
Yeah,
Britsha, does Bree have
Yeah,
anything?
Britsha,
I think it's your turn.
yeah.
Any statuettes of dragons worth at least 500... Okay, I didn't see the milk, eggs, bread, ham slices, lettuce.
Cocoa Pebbles, that goes hard.
As you're
2,000.
saying those, he's like writing down a list of what you want. He's like, milk it. Wait a minute, I could just make you a if you're looking to make a BLT with eggs on the side and a glass of milk, I can just make that for you.
I got cilantro.
No, it's alright.
Yeah.
I was gonna have it for lunch tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So any objects with the image of a dragon engraved on them worth at least 500 gold pieces. And he's like, what do you need that for? If you don't mind me asking.
What do you mean by that?
Adau was also interested. What do you need that for?
I hear wind of this and walk away.
He's like, I got some statuettes, but I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't remember if I have any dragons. I can go look though.
Okay.
Yeah. And he goes.
Any
and
statuette can be worth 500 gold pieces if that's what makes you pay for it.
He goes back and he's like, and then he comes back out with a big like ivory statuette.
Wow.
Jeez.
And he's like, and it's a statuette of a dragon. He's like, yeah, I actually do have this one.
Adau kind of wants that. But Bree's got it first. So.
He's like, yeah, it'll
How
cost you
much
about 500 gold.
Is it worth that much?
Yeah.
What kind of bone is this?
It's ivory from
Yeah, where'd the ivory come from?
Oh my god.
No, you would say it's actually from narwhals.
God damn.
But it's like right when the music switched too, so it like struck on the same opening beat of the song.
I've got some goofy music playing.
So, Bree, it sounds like you were looking for statuettes, not statues, right?
Yeah.
Like that you could carry, like in a bag.
I mean, it's like
Yeah,
not that big, it's like the size of like a volleyball.
Let's say hypothetically there was a spell I wanted to cast, just imagine it. Would this qualify for that?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I have a DM insight on this? Will it work?
Well, okay. Well, what spell are you trying to cast? Because so if it's something that involves beasts or fae, dragons are not beasts, so it wouldn't work if that's the requirement. So does the spell say?
I see what spell it is.
If the spell
Summon
doesn't say,
Draconic Spirit.
is that
Right.
it?
There's two.
Okay.
That Bree's interested in, hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically. Let's see. Okay, I see. There's that was the other thing, the one with the dragon engraved on it. I mean, so this wouldn't work for that. You would need an engraving thing. But what was the other thing that that requires the statuette?
I turn into a dragon.
Okay, what's the name of the spell?
Draconic transformation.
Draconic transformation. Okay, hold on, let's see.
The spell is called I Turn Into a Dragon.
Oh god, it's a bonus action? What the fuck?
Wait,
Wait, is this an official item?
Of course.
Or is this an official thing, or is this a home
Fizz
thing?
Bond's Treasury of Dragon. That's a Dragonlance thing, so yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is official.
Fizz
Okay.
Bond.
This just turns you into Hingwis, pretty much.
No, wait.
Yeah.
There'd be two of us.
You
There's two
take
of
on
them.
draconic features, including sprouting wings
Yeah.
from your back.
Incorporeal wings, though. They're not like
Okay.
real. They're like,
Fair.
yeah, they're like spirit wings. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, you're not actually becoming a dragon there, so
Yeah.
it's
What's
pretty
the
cool.
point?
Yeah, sure, that's fine. You can have that statuette.
It's just one of them.
Yeah. It doesn't. I don't think it consumes them. So
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah, because normally it'll say it'll like this is
Carries
consumed.
giant thing before.
So like you only need it one. You'll need one, and you just carry it with you. And then whenever you want to do this, you just like hold up the dragon statuette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah,
Okay, so you're able to find that.
Literal magical girl transformation.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna say you find that, but you don't
I said
find
not the ham.
you don't necessarily find the dragon engraving.
what about Cocoa Pebbles?
Yeah, he does. Well, okay, hold on. Let's see. If we need a 69 or higher.
Cocoa Pebbles,
Ooh.
they're just
Can we inspire
corn.
that?
They're just corn puffs.
No,
So-
he tells you he doesn't have Cocoa Pebbles, but he does have Cheerios.
Okay, that's fine.
Garbage. Why did we
He's-
even invite this man?
He's
into
like,
it?
Are they honey nut?
he's like, I invented them. They're O's, and I'm always cheery when I eat them, so I called them Cheerios.
Can I try some?
Yeah, you can try some. They taste like Cheerios, you know.
Yeah. Oh, the fuck! I can't grab shit, dog.
You
No,
try covering those in honey.
No, he does, he's like,
And-
you see, I tried that, but it's actually just better with the original taste. And this is definitely not the DM's opinions coming through.
That's
My-
objectively wrong.
people say
So
I'm
I actually have
crazy
to
for this.
go?
That's what my girlfriend says. She likes the honey nut ones, but I just like the plain Cheerios. I think maybe something's wrong with my
They're both
brain,
good.
But
Fuck,
both
I haven't
good.
had Cheerios in ages. I need to try both and form an opinion on
I
this. So
feel
I'll
like
get back
the
to you before-
I feel like the normal
There's an
ones just have like a
objectively
nice
correct
sweet
opinion.
flavor to them, you know. So
There's an
How long
objectively
we-
correct opinion here, and it's not being expressed at the moment.
How
Which
long?
is cocoa no. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the best cereal.
I long
That's not bad, it's
suspected you
good.
were deeply broken as a person. This really has kind of confirmed it for me.
yeah,
I'm gonna be real. Cereal's kind of just not worth it.
yeah. Nowadays I don't use cereal that much, but
Yeah, it's not worth
Okay.
the cost,
Hear
and
me
it's
out
also
though. If
meh.
you take honey nut Cheerios and then you roast them in a pan with some butter and salt, elevates you more.
interesting.
So
This
you
And
motherfucker
then you eat them like
roast-
cereal, or you just eat them like that.
That is kind of
You don't
weird
eat
though.
them.
It's like
It is weird. My mom did it forever, and it's really good. I don't know why.
yeah. See, this is like boiled peanuts. Like I just need to try it, I guess, and then
This
Yeah.
is like dipping bread in oil. You've essentially done this with like a few extra
That's just
steps
like
for your
joining in.
cereal.
And giving
yeah,
his
yeah.
opinions.
Like this is happening in
Yeah.
the shop, and the different pats. What's weird is that even though they all share the same mind, 9 of them agree with one of you, and then one of them agrees with the others. So they're like, and then the 9 of them look
Nice.
at the one and are like, maybe we should do a recalibration. But
Oh no! I'm starting to think that the pats are not all here of their own.
yeah, one of the pats is like
that guy.
one of the pats is like sometimes we desynchronize. It's fine.
It's for the better for that one.
Clone of a clone of a clone.
Yeah, it's like the Borg where eventually they have the weird stuff happen. Anyways,
Yeah, like is the original Pat still here? Even we don't know. He could have died a long time ago in one of those door accidents.
He might not even know which one the real
Yeah.
Pat was.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. This is the dog. It's been so long, he doesn't remember.
True.
It could just be the dog. We have no idea.
What if?
But yeah. So, anyways,
I don't
though.
know why my brain was like, what if one of them? Oh no, I don't even want to say it. Okay, I have to. Now.
Just
What
send
if-
it in the Discord later.
Yeah.
We'll see it
Yeah,
later
I
on.
don't
Okay,
Go
yeah,
ahead
no,
and
put
put
it
it
in
in
there
for it.
now, and then I want to get your live reactions. Okay.
Oh god.
But yeah, you keep talking to me while I type this up.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to book to see if body for Kasaria, because, you know,
Stop.
that's a good deed.
Stop trying to have a Dragon Girl GF. It's not
No.
gonna happen. It's
I
not
just said
gonna
it's
happen.
anthropomorphic. Then
Maybe one of those little tiny lizards.
yeah, I was thinking pseudo dragon. She didn't like that, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Talvo, did you want anything?
Oh, we didn't like
Oh, you got
ridiculous,
the
so-
you got the other belt. So there's that.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I
Oh,
was
I
like,
kind of wanted a
maybe-
gift for my dad. If we could,
Mm.
if they, okay. So I've heard. Hey, look, you know, 'tis the season. But so I heard that there is this sort of like all-purpose tool that you can just kind of hold, and it transforms into whatever. Oh God. Oh no. I only read the first like 4 words. What?
Logan, your everything except for your face disappeared into the black.
I mean, I think it's a valid thing that could happen. You know?
I mean, all right.
I want Clark to come in here and exist.
Fucking emote reaction. That is certainly a way to do it.
And
I
who
like
did
it.
it? I'm guessing it
All
was
of them are
Britsha.
talking
I mean, I'm just
Oh,
saying
it's TSM.
that's how they know the original. They just all whip it out, and then they just.
Oh God. But now we know all of
That's
them
if
are
they're
copies
cloning them
of
a
a
chain.
copy.
If they're cloning off of the original, then all of them are uncircumcised except for the second one. And
Well,
so they
now
over time.
chat knows what it is. Good job.
Chat, close your ears. You're
Yeah.
you're innocent. Too innocent
Chat,
for this.
put your hands over your headset real quick. We have to talk. The adults are speaking.
And then yell la 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 la.
Oh no, the innocent ears of everybody.
Yeah.
Alright, so-
Twitch chat. Poetry studs. Twitch
So-
chat.
Yeah.
Twitch chat, infamously naive.
So the Alright, so Adau wants to find. So actually, he would have a few books on that subject because, well, not for dragons or whatever specifically, but he's like, you know, that's kind of along the same realm of simulacrum magics, right? Creating a body, stuff like that. It's right in my wheelhouse. So he would just ask you, so what exactly are you trying to do then?
We just turned her into a pat.
Funny thing. There's the soul and mind of an ancient black dragon in this shield.
Oh,
And
Kasaria.
I can talk to it. Yeah, Kasaria.
Yeah, I heard of her.
You would have heard of that. Hey, Kasaria, you know this guy?
Sorry, it's like, no.
Is he the uncircumcised one?
She's like, no, and I'm already sick of him.
Fair enough. Anyway, so Pat, Kasaria is in here.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of immoral. Like, at first I was like, oh, it's a dragon. Fucking, well, who cares? L. But now I'm like, well, as long as I don't give them a dragon body, then
And she'll just be like a cat, just like a little annoying, but at least has the freedom to run around.
nothing changes. Nothing changes. They want to dominate the earth too. It's just they're a little
Hear me
cat.
out. Fourth rat.
Or human.
So
you know?
multiple of the pats
Simulacrum's
actually,
most compatible.
multiple of the pats start like nodding their head and kind of like tapping their chin, like,
Is that in sync, or is that like a cascade of like?
It's a cascade, yeah. And
It's like one nods and then it's like a wave.
they're like looking at this and they're like, you could do a modified form of reincarnation. That might be your best bet there.
I can do that already. That's maybe.
He nods. He's like, I may be able to even help you with that before I leave town. Probably it would cost a bit more than a normal reincarnation, but we could maybe work something out there.
Yeah. Speaking of that, do you have
The
any
only-
diamonds that I could buy?
Sure, yeah, I do. Yeah, he would. He probably has like a good stock of like 5,000 gold piece worth of diamonds.
You're not planning on
what kind of
marrying
diamonds
that
are they?
dragon, are you?
No,
We'll
she
say-
would marry me anyway.
We'll say they're in increments of. We'll say that
He's like, I already tried.
We'll say that there is one big diamond worth 1,000, and then the rest are increments of 100 each.
Okay. So 1,000 GP diamond. Keep going. I'll write this down.
Well, so yeah,
Well,
so
yeah.
he's talking. He's like, here's the thing: is if you bring back Casaria into a corporeal form, there's no guarantee she doesn't just run away and try to pull whatever shenanigans.
I mean, yeah. I mean, one of the big. I mean, that's true. But what are people gonna think if some some being shows up, any two-legged biped normal sentient being rolls up and says, "I used to be a dragon." I don't think anyone's gonna follow her.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of weird shit that's happened in this world. Like, would anyone believe my story? Like, I'm pretty sure most of the
Well, you
people
are
in this town-
physically proof of your story's truth.
Yeah, but I still get like people who don't believe me in our own town. They're just like, there's no way. The wings are fake. Like, I flap them and they still don't believe
The
me.
only
So,
thing
I
I'm
mean-
worried is that how would you prevent her from, say, using draconic knowledge to try to
Revert back
enact
into
some
some way.
magics?
Kill you and all your friends.
The power of friendship.
You should ask her.
I mean,
if
I
she
don't
would
know.
ever
I
do
wouldn't.
that.
So I mean, there's also just the. I could just. Is there any way to just get rid of her soul? Hey, Casaria, would you like to die, or would you rather have a body and live but be nice?
I would much rather live once again, but I would certainly try to kill you at the first chance I had.
Totally
You
valid.
would not succeed. You couldn't succeed as a dragon. What makes you think you can succeed now?
I would succeed.
It's
No,
18 seconds to die.
I reject your argument.
All right. Well, I mean, let me get the knowledge. If I could get the knowledge, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, he can. He'll tell you that, like, basically in a couple days when he's about to leave. It'll take him a couple days, but he can write up a custom, like, spell instruction for you.
You can just write custom spells?
Well, it would be more like again, it's an existing one. It's just like he'd be modifying it, and instead of like reincarnate, the actual spell reincarnate takes like an hour to cast. This is probably gonna take like 24 hours and a bunch of other materials. Like, it's gonna be a lot more complex.
Are there books on spell writing?
Well, none of us
I
are
have a
wizards.
new mission.
You kind of have to.
have to be a
Wizards are the
wizard
only one who understand. Well, no, maybe, but wizards are the only ones who understand, like, on a rational and logical level, how magic works.
How
and
about
to
an
channel
irrational level?
it. All right, anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, try to tree walk.
I mean, I would say he might be able to give you like a set of like spell scroll tools where you could write down spell scrolls, but keep in mind that is a lengthy process, especially if you want to do higher level ones. And it is not going to let you cast stuff you normally couldn't cast. It is simply going to allow you to store.
And write wish on a scroll, and then just be like,
Yeah, well, basically you're imbuing some magic into a spell scroll that you can then call upon at a different point in time. That's all.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool
That's not what I was thinking.
if we were to all be wizards later, like generally in the future, having a campaign of all wizards who do stuff like that.
Honestly, like a spell writing guild would be like really fucking cool.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of mishaps and shit.
Yeah.
I'm in. Okay.
Has anyone played Magicka other than Duncan?
Nope.
Oh, basically the lore of this entire like high fantasy world is that wizards exist, but magic is so unbelievably capable, and humans are prone to human error that like being a wizard is just banned. Because you will more than likely just kind of blow up the town.
Yep.
Then
then the gameplay is just writing spells by doing certain combinations of mouse movement. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really
Oh,
cool.
shoot.
I do kill a lot of civilians on accident. I kind of see where they're coming.
That's cute. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then again, the books. Oh wait, no, because I don't need the books because he's going to be here. So,
If we even decide it's a good idea.
If we have it.
What?
I said I would like a book if he has it.
Oh?
Yeah, what is it?
The Manual of Quickest of Action.
Okay,
is that
yeah.
+2 decks?
Yeah, manuals like that, he would... let's
If
see.
he has one, that'd be crazy.
The manuals are, let's see, there are 3 main ones. Well, then there's also manuals of golems, so those are separate. But there's 3 ones that can help you with. There's one for strength, one for dex, one for con, I believe.
They're the tomes too.
I'm
Those
gonna
are the
say-
mental stat ones.
The what, sorry?
So they're the
Oh, yeah, there's
manuals,
also
so those
the-
are physical, and
Yeah.
the tomes, which are the mental.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do then. We're just going to go, it's going to be in order of the stats. So strength, dex, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. I'm going to say he has 2. But we're going to roll for which ones
Can I roll? Can I get whichever one he doesn't get?
Well, I'm going to just
Let's
roll
get- yeah.
2d6.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll 1, and let's see what the first one is. And again, it's 1 is strength, 2 is dex, etc. The first one is
Int.
intelligence. The second
Okay.
one is wisdom.
Wisdom.
So
Wisdom
not
would be
helpful
crazy for me.
Not helpful for Talvo. But yeah, he actually does have a tome of whatever it's called for intelligence and tome of whatever it's called for wisdom.
But also, Bree, isn't your spellcasting modifier wisdom?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is your wisdom?
It's pretty high. It's 20.
Yeah. So 20
Sorry,
is...
what was it? 20? Oh.
Yeah, 20 is the max you can normally get, but these tomes actually do allow you to go above that.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted one for the dex, dude. 22 dex.
Charisma would have fucking been
wild.
insane for me. Sorry, it's 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, he
Right.
will take note of that though, Talvo, and he's like, you know what? Next time I come by here, I can try to, or next time I find you guys, I can try to bring you one.
Yeah, can I put it in the back order for strength?
Eh,
I
We'll see what
doubt
I
we
can
would
find.
be able to buy both of these. Or read both of these, because once you read them, it takes like 100 or 1,000 years, I forget. For it,
100
essentially,
years,
it's over. For 100 years.
It's over.
It's over. How much would he charge us to read them? One of them.
Well, I think don't you have to spend like a month reading them too? Hold on.
48
Oh.
hours.
Oh, so you would just
Oh, it's
sell
only
it.
48 hours. Yeah. So like basically yeah, that's the thing, right? Is it, like if he's charging you to read them, it's basically going to be the same as charging to buy them because functionally, he can't use it for another 100 years at that point.
That would suck.
Yeah, the manual then loses its magic but regains it in a century. So he would charge you, I guess he would charge you slightly less. To read them, he would charge you 30,000 gold.
I figured.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, but obviously you guys have a lot, so.
Yeah.
It was for.
If
It's
it's not
for
limited,
both
it's not
or is
enough
it
charging.
per?
No.
Per manual.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, well. Int? Does that, I would love to be smarter, but I don't think any of us actually need intelligence unless we want to give it to Mohi. Making millions for dummies. True. We know how. Kill powerful beings and steal all their items.
True.
We're about to take the treasury of the Vargoon Empire and then just disperse it amongst thousands of people. So, I don't know if we'll read the manuals unless unless someone really wants to. That's I understand that because I really want to, but
I don't really use either, I think, yeah.
Yeah, you're just a charisma guy.
yeah, I do use wisdom, so I would.
So
use, I
true,
would
so
read the
true. Full
wisdom.
charisma right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, we've got 70. We've spent about 74,000 gold. If we buy if we buy everything that we currently have on stock, like in the queue.
Okay, so now I need to ask my price ranges for the. Did that include what was the stone called that would orbit my head?
Is that the Ioun Stone?
Yeah, an Ion Stone
The one
of
that makes it
agility.
No, that does not.
Ion Stone
It
of
does now.
agility would be 8,000.
And how much would, say, some magically imbued leather or studded leather armor be?
Let's see.
Preferably +2.
Yeah,
I think
he
we
would
had,
he wouldn't have any
armor.
+3.
Yeah,
But plus
I didn't
2
expect it.
studded leather. Plus 2 studded leather armor would be probably like 15,000 gold.
So I have the... Okay, wait. Okay, so if I have the belt and the axe, then I can only have one other thing. I don't give a shit about
Well, armor
the belt.
doesn't take a attunement slot.
Right, but the rock...
The stone
You already have the Cloak of Protection, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Helios
that's
does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Helios has a cloak.
So I can just give that to you.
Okay, so I can't have the cloak and the stone and the axe and the fucking other thing, so I guess I
The
don't
crystal
need-
ball, I just attuned to it whenever I wanted to use it, so we could do
I
that.
think he meant the Pearl of Power was the other one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that too.
I mean, do you really
yeah.
need the Pearl?
No, I
No,
never
probably
fucking need
not.
the pearl.
we
Like,
can
I am
sell
a
it.
sorcerer. I am quite possibly the class that least needs the pearl.
Yeah.
So... Oh, wait, yeah, actually, how much would he give us for the pearl?
He would give you... The Pearl isn't actually that crazy. He'd probably give you like a few hundred gold for it. Like, it's not worth that much, honestly.
Well, it's worth less to us, so...
Yeah, like 300 gold, we'll say.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So, there you
Might
go.
as well. Take it off.
So
Alright,
now
yeah.
that means you're only using the axe then, right?
I have a
and then
belt
you
of
would do
fire
the-
giant strength.
Oh, you have that too. Okay.
Yeah, so I can only attune to one other extra item.
Yeah. Gotcha.
We already have a cloak, so I don't really see the reason to spend 8k on a stone.
Okay.
So I guess just the armor and where did we land on an all-purpose tool for my father? He likes to work in his little forge all day.
Yeah.
I think he might be neurodivergent.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good idea. Stuff to improve productivity.
Yeah, I would say like he probably has multiple different like tools and things, but he also definitely has. He's not really a armor smith and a weaponsmith. He, the stuff he has is stuff he's gotten from other adventurers, and he or from doing his own little adventures. He's not really an adventurer nowadays, but he, he would kind of hint that in the past he has, delved into some dungeons. But he would have an assortment of different things that he's picked up that would be useful to a smith, a magical weaponsmith, which your father is.
Okay.
It would be like not just tools, but also just like kind of various like dusts, like magic, like glues and dusts and that sort of stuff like that you just use, in the process of making weapons.
Is this like a kit, or do I have to buy each of these separately?
He'll probably give you a bulk bargain deal. It would be like 500 gold, but it's just like a bunch of assorted things that increase productivity.
Adau, can we buy the bulk bargain, improve the productivity of our ice blick?
Can we?
manufacturers?
Can I? When I tally all this stuff up, can we get a bulk bargain deal for spending like 100,000 gold on these items?
And what's the average
Maybe.
customer? Comes in here, buys a hot dog, fucking
Yeah. Yeah, but,
just... Right.
But yes, I will add the 500 GP assorted tools.
yeah.
Does he have Costco hot dogs?
No, huh? He does actually have one of the Pats is in the kitchen like this whole time cooking up a meal for you guys. And it's
Nice.
it's
They're like,
be,
dude, I'm like really excited. Like, what spices do you need?
yeah, and then afterwards, he's like it's Boarman pie.
Oh, hell yeah!
Made with real Boarman
Dude.
meat.
Dude, part of my was brain with this.
No, he's like, I'm just kidding. He's like, I'm just kidding. And then all the Pats start laughing. And they're like, no, it's a pie I learned about in Kurbach City. Actually, it's in the style of your people.
Oh, sweet.
It actually has humans in it. and then they're like, no, I'm just
Wait,
kidding.
I'm
It's
an
just,
elf,
Now,
I
what
don't
do you
care.
it's just
care?
elf.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
True.
Okay.
All right. Neat.
yeah, I would say here's what he'll do. He's not going to give you a discount on it, but what he'll say is, he's like, on top of all this, I'll throw in a few items for free.
Okay.
Okay.
Specifically, he would give you each a big healing potion. Which one would it be? It would be
The Mega Ultra Supreme.
it would be. It's not the highest level. It would be the second highest level. What was it? Which is
No
the,
way.
Where's the fucking potion of? What are the different levels? I literally can't remember. Oh, it would be okay. There we go. It would be superior healing. You each get a free potion of superior healing, which does 8d4 plus 8. So not bad. And then he's like, that's just like a utility thing. He's like, yeah, I know you always are going to need stuff like that. But then he would say, then he would look at you guys and he would say, I do have, well, I heard about some of the shenanigans you guys have pulled with those fire beads, the fireball beads, and of course I brought some because I knew you'd want some from what I've heard. I do have something up. I do have one more thing like that I think you'll like that I'm just going to throw in on top because you've been such great customers. And he reaches into like a pouch and he pulls out a necklace of beads similar to the ones that you guys have seen, except instead of, and there's 7 of them, instead of being glowing red, they're a deep jet black.
Do they glow black?
They don't have a glow, but they definitely have like a depth to them, like a swirly nature to them.
Helios, I see you confused. Glowing black just means that it like absorbs the light around.
Yeah, I like bottle
But no, so he kind of holds this out and he's like, these are a little different than the other beads, but you might find them useful as well. And he would basically describe the effects to you. They're called beads of force. And what they do is you use an action to throw one up to 60 feet. It explodes on impact and is destroyed, so they're one-time use. Each creature within a 10-foot radius of where it lands must succeed on a DC 15 dex saving throw or take 5d4 damage, which isn't that much. But if they fail the save, they are also trapped within a transparent sphere that appears at that spot and trapped there for a minute.
That's pretty good.
Creatures that succeed on the save or are partially within it are pushed away. So yeah, it's only if they fail. Only breathable air can pass through the sphere's wall. No other attack or effect can.
So you can't like reach into this.
No, but basically it's like you just cordon off a creature or multiple creatures in that area for a whole minute.
And then you throw them off the side of the mountain, where they roll down all the way to the bottom.
It says an enclosed
Super Monkey Ball.
An enclosed creature can use its action to push against the wall, moving it up to half the creature's walking speed. So you actually... Oh, wait. Oh, my God. The sphere...
You have Super Monkey Ball.
I didn't even read the last sentence. The sphere can be picked up, and from the outside, the magic causes it to weigh only 1 pound, regardless of the weight inside. So you just go...
Throw them off the mountain.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's
We will take all of those. That's really cool. Thank you.
Well, it's like a necklace, so it would have to be all in one. And yeah, that's just a bonus he gives you on top. So there you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
So it goes in line with the last thing I was going to ask about.
Yeah.
So I haven't really found anything that's like benefited me.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like, what about general area of effect things? Like I don't know like in D&D terms what that would be, but like as the like really like the fireball beads or the things we just got. Like what can I from the slime lines just do to help? I'm thinking like there's been like things like the ball bearings or another thing that it can like make rough terrain, like that kind of stuff. How do I cause chaos from the sidelines?
He would
like these.
Yeah, I mean, so he would tell
maybe
you
less
like,
so.
I'm trying to think what sort of thing. I mean, he would tell you, he's like, the thing is, a lot of, like, those things that I just gave you there, those would help, but I'm not sure there's a lot of other stuff that I have that is more powerful than that.
Dang. What about just regular power? Like, not looking for, like, top of the line, but just, like, you know.
He's like, I mean, I could always give you, there are, poison canisters that you throw into groups of things, but
I say your classic, maybe just like stock up on like the ball bearings, like the poison thingies.
Yeah, he's
smaller things just to help out.
Caltrops.
Yeah, that stuff is stuff that's not really magic, but he would have some stuff on him.
Yeah.
You do be having trinkets though.
Yeah.
What was the other? What was there? There was a thing. What was the thing? Oh yeah. Can I bring him the Talisman of Ultimate Evil?
Yeah.
You're like, hey man, we don't have any use. We have absolutely no use for this. But in the wrong hands, it is incredibly potent, and I think
If
you
he
know.
could
Yeah,
have
when
one
you
of the
bring
past
that
touch
up-
it.
Like you have it in like a little case, and then you use your little like poker stick to pull it out or whatever. And he's like, "Whoa, that is something serious there."
Yeah, we don't want it.
He's like,
I don't think we want it.
I don't know if I want it either. Is the problem? That in the wrong hands, the wrong person might pay well over 100,000 gold for that, but I don't think I am that person. I apologize.
100,000?
Yeah, I don't want to know anyone who would pay for this. Is the thing. So I figured the next best thing is a collector, who is you.
See, the thing is, I try to stay away from highly volatile things like that. For instance, one time, this one adventurer was telling me how they were seeking out the dagger called Hunger of Relg, and that if anyone came across that, that's the same sort of deal for me.
That'd be so silly.
Who
That'd be
wanted
so
that?
silly.
How much were they going to pay for that?
Yeah.
No.
Like at least 200,000?
Oh my lord.
He's like, see, things like that, I tend to try to steer clear from.
Same, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I would never.
We love your business here.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I could give you a lead box for it.
Lead box for
Lead
the dagger?
box.
I mean, I don't have that.
He's like, I could give
If
you a
you were to
lead
feel
box
like,
that,
we're
that
actually
would
we're
prevent...
trying to find it to be able to get rid of it. So if you do happen to have some kind of storage, could we run into it in the foreseeable future?
Yeah.
Be cool.
He's like, I do have lead boxes for such items that would prevent their divination, but
Ooh, yeah, that'd be really good actually, because
Yeah.
I don't want anyone knowing where this is.
he would give you like a airtight lead box for like 150 gold or
it's
something.
going to turn into like we're just collecting every magical item and
Yeah.
just like this is bad. It just okay. No one needs to know about this ever again.
We do kind of have some Pandora's box type, like that. Our vault is kind of.
Like
Helios,
someone's going to come in there and they're going
that's
to have everything.
Helios, you've never even asked if he might have any like actual, musical equipment. You
Yeah.
are a bard after all.
I liked my bow. I mean, I guess I could. What is
Is
it?
your viola +3?
Can it be more?
Uh,
It's a weird custom thing, so I've never actually known or thought about asking.
I'm pretty sure it is. I thought it was maybe +1, but let me see. Let me look.
That would be helpful.
Like it was kind of like a custom instrument of the bars. It's like
Yeah, it's
that's how I
it's an
came to be.
it's
I
a
made
bardic
it.
instrument. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me go in my notes here.
Oh, wow. I mean, could I just have a second instrument so I could just like whip it out and be like, yeah, time to control the weather. Let me pull
Dual
out this
wielding instrument.
dual wielding violin. It's just like
Okay, you know what? Actually, I think. Oh, I was looking in my notes, but I think I have it in.
yeah, because I have all right now. So
I think it's in the notes up from when we made your character.
yeah, which I still have pinned in our chat.
Yeah. Because it has those spells that it can let you cast, right?
Yeah.
And
Instrument of the Bards of unknown origin. It was broken but found repaired by me. And it has the regular spells: fly, invisibility, levitate, protection, removal, and good, cure, winds, spell magic.
Okay.
So it was maybe I can be like, hey, this is like I've had this for ages. I fixed it up, but I don't quite know like if there's more to it. Maybe that's what I can.
He'd nod. He's like, he would nod. He'd be like, would you like me to take a look at it?
Yeah. So like it has these like basic spells, but perhaps there's more to it, or perhaps you know more.
And he would be like, why don't you come back tomorrow, and then I'll take a look at it in the meanwhile.
Yes.
Adau. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Hey, Adau, did you add the whatever it was, the magically enchanted studded leaded art? Hang on, I'm having a stroke.
The leather, the studded
What?
leather.
Did you add that to the budget?
Leather belt.
Leather belt.
I did.
Okay, sick.
Let's see. So Yeah, I'll get back to you
and
about
we
that
have-
on the start of next session, Helios. With
Yeah.
This is a critical question. Do we actually have any alchemy jugs?
I don't.
We don't.
I think I don't think you have any, but
My
would you
good
like
sir,
to
how
buy
much
one?
would a jug of infinite mayonnaise?
Yeah. He's like, just mayonnaise or just? I have one that does more than just that, but
I mean, wait, do you have a mayonnaise specific jug?
I mean, I have one of those too. Yeah, who doesn't?
I
Us?
well, now I feel like a plebeian.
But no, he'd have an alchemy jug for 100 gold.
100 gold.
Yeah,
Can we get that? Can we get the funny alchemy jug? It's totally not going to
it'll
be
go
used
with your
to drink a
spice
bunch of
thing.
beer and mayonnaise.
55-gallon alchemy
You
jug.
can.
Oh God.
It's okay. So, yeah, he would also have other stuff like he would have another set of sending stones if you want to buy that.
I don't
Yeah,
know
that'd
if
be
we
good.
even need them.
I mean, you could always use it for something.
But they have in
I
the
did
back.
see
so I-
something.
Those
I
are
did see
300
something
gold
called
for that pair.
Spies Whisper or something like that. That's
Spies
different.
Whispers. It might be a custom item.
Hey, I googled funny D&D items to try to get some some goofy ideas, and it says the first one is deck of many things. That's hilarious.
That is
And
It's
hilarious.
funny.
It's a really funny thing.
Oh, hey, how many immovable rods do you got?
I have one already.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like,
So
he's
if you
like,
want
"Oh,
more,
he actually does have one. You'd be like, I got one.
If we have two and you aren't me, then you can scale up any surface. Like,
That's true.
that's true.
I didn't even think about that.
Honestly, that'd be really good. Because then
I can already-
you can run up stuff. Hingwis can fly.
I
One of us can just ice pick our way up.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you would have that for 500 gold if you want to buy that.
Spies Murmur is what it's called.
The Spy's Murmur. I also don't see that might be a custom thing or just a newer item.
It's from Ravnica.
Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Basically a cell phone.
Oh, yeah, it's like a walkie-talkie. Okay. I would say he doesn't have one of those.
That's good, because I would need two of them for it to make any sense at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I think that will conclude the shopping portion of this session. If you think of anything else before next session, we can retroactively say that you would have asked about it. But there will be maybe one or two other things here that happen before we wrap up here for tonight. Let's see. Let me actually go through my notes. Okay, this isn't too much more. So we'll say you would have done a lot of shopping this one day, and then sort of this day would have wrapped up. Preparations are still ongoing around the town, and at this point, it's about a week and a half until you expect the attack to come. And yeah, as you guys are kind of winding down for the night, Hingwis, you actually get you guys are kind of all settling down in your rooms or whatever, and Hingwis, you have a knock on your door.
yo, it's open. I keep forgetting to lock it. Just come on in.
Okay, yeah, they open the door, and looking in is one of the scouts who kind of helps you guys when there's like a dwarven caravan coming through the area.
Oh, hello.
They're
What?
like
I'll bring.
yeah, they come in. They're like, hey, I came to you about this rather than going to everyone or bringing this up to everyone. Because I wasn't sure what to make of it. You know that informant of Talvo's group, Keenan?
Vaguely, I've heard words.
You do know him,
Yeah, you would
Okay.
know. that
along
this
with
is-
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You would know.
No,
like-
yeah, I've met Keenan. Fuck.
He's like, yeah. So, earlier I was like doing my patrol through the woods, right? Not even. I kind of decided to swing back a different way. I went up and checked on the pool of water, you know.
Okay, good.
'Cause,
Randomness is important.
Yeah, just occasionally when we sent people up there, and then when I was coming back here, I saw Keenan, the informant, trekking through the woods. I quickly got behind a tree. He didn't see me,
Okay.
but he was like slinking through the woods, like he didn't want to be seen. He wasn't going towards any of our watch posts. He wasn't going anywhere towards anything of our stuff. He was just heading off into the woods that way, opposite way of the dwarves entirely.
So southwards?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
I didn't want to go to Talvo because I was like, I don't know what's going on there. If it's something.
I mean, might be a Talvo mission. I assume you didn't follow him. You noticed this and just kind of came straight back.
I followed him for a bit, but he wasn't really like. After maybe like 20 minutes, I kind of hung back and came back here.
You can scry him.
Ah, thank you. I'm so like knocked. You have no idea how little thought goes.
I
through
actually
this.
wasn't even thinking about that either.
I had an idea of my own, and no one told me this at all. Give me one moment.
Yeah.
And I'm going to. I've been using the orb most recently, so it's either in a like dedicated orb room or it's in my place.
You probably have it in your room, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I rummaged through like a bin of shite, and I'm just like, ah, the orb.
Yep. And so 10 minutes later, after 10 minutes of scrying, your little scrying orb goes zoop into existence. Unless Keenan, I guess, resists. He would probably have like a +1. No, he doesn't.
Damn. Okay.
So, all of a sudden, your scrying orb comes into being, and what you see, you're immediately like, what the fuck? Like, you're just completely shocked. Because what you see is Keenan sitting cross-legged across a fire from a goblin.
A goblin.
In fact, a bunch of goblins
Nuts.
are in this.
What kind of goblins are they?
You're in a yeah, it's a mind goblin. No, so you're in a your scrying orb here is in a cave, and you look around, you see that you're in a cave filled with different fires, and there's a bunch of goblins, a whole warband of goblins, and the largest and buffest and meanest looking of them is talking to Keenan in a broken common tongue.
Interesting. What is? I simply wish to witness whatever the fuck words are coming out of this thing's mouth.
Yeah, and so Keenan is talking, and he says, and Keenan says, you're basically hearing the middle of conversations, like, and Keenan's saying, like, it should be about 8 or 9 days from now when the attack hits, and the dwarves expect you to come from the southern flank through the caves. You can do that, right? The goblin is like, yes, we know the caves. We know all the caves of these parts. We will fall upon them. And Keenan's like, okay, yeah, and then Keenan's actually rummaging through his, like a satchel. He brings out a big coin purse, a big sack of coins, and you hear it jangling. He plops it down. And he's like, this is the first payment. The dwarves have told me that I will bring you the second after the attack. And the goblins are like, good, we have been recruiting in the hills and the mines of old. They won't know what hit them. We range in the hundreds now. And Keenan's like, that's good. I'll tell the dwarves that. So they will be happy to know.
A look-alike.
And so yeah, Keenan like kind of like gets up like he's about to leave.
Oh
And
fuck, I'm dying.
You can suggest to one of the goblins that they kill him, but don't do that.
Well, okay. Here's my immediate thought process.
Yeah, what would Hingwis
Keenan is
do?
just a messenger. So it doesn't matter if he dies. The dwarves will still just like find another person to fucking talk to the goblins for them.
Yeah, why did they need our guy to do that?
I'm going to suggest to Keenan, if this goes through, I guess,
Okay.
to tell the goblins that the dwarves are actually going to start demanding payment to ensure that they are not just chaff. They will receive more reward after, but the dwarves will need an initial payment to them before they can give the goblins, way more later. Totally,
Is it a
definitely.
pyramid scheme, the goblin?
Okay, let's see if he resists the suggestion spell. Nope. He's getting up to leave, and then he turns around, and it's like you basically have convinced him that he believes this entirely. So he's like, oh, just one thing though. The dwarves, they were kind of saying that to really know if you're truly invested in this scheme, that you have to give them a seed fund, and then they're gonna take that seed fund and turn it into a much larger payment. The goblin chief is like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, no, like I actually need this money back. And Keenan is like not acting very smart right now because he's been overridden. He literally reaches forwards towards the sack of coin. One of the goblins, like that side, like one of the goblin like bodyguards, literally takes a sword, whips off Keenan's arm as he reaches. Because as far as that goblin is concerned, this is the Goblin King's gold, and this guy just tried to disrespect the Goblin King. And Keenan's like, as there's a stub of his arm. The Goblin King is unfazed by this. He's like, bandage him, send him on his way.
Huh.
I guess we'll know if it's our Keenan.
Yeah,
Yep.
I guess we'll see if something worked. Okay. I guess my 10 minutes are fucking up because I spent the majority of the time listening to goddamn
Yeah, well, it's like
Right.
also you
Oh,
probably have
no.
like a minute or two left, but you can tell it's basically just going to be Keenan writhing on the ground as he's bandaged crudely by goblin surgeons. Which you're like, you're probably like, I don't really care to watch that. It's not going to be very pleasant, right? And so
Yeah, and I totally cannot stand things that are unpleasant. Absolutely not, no sir.
So yeah. So then you snap out of your scrying, and the scout is here. Like, well, so what happened?
Long story short, we need to
Like his arm.
keep an eye on Keenan's arms. Plural, specifically. We'll have to... I don't wish to spread any misinformation just yet, or even possibly real information. What do you know about goblins?
He shrugs. He's like, besides those tiny groups we've seen in the hills, it's so every so often there's we know they live around here, but luckily they
Not minding them.
they haven't attacked us outside of maybe that one those couple that were trying to steal some chickens.
Long story short, we should keep a better eye out for goblins.
Okay.
I don't wish to divulge anything just yet, personally, although I definitely might need to talk to Talvo a little bit.
Okay.
But thank you. This has been immensely helpful.
Yeah, he nods. He's like, yeah, sure thing.
Yeah, sorry to be cryptic. It's a high sensitivity situation.
He's like, I trust you. We fought alongside each other enough. I trust you with my life. I'm sure it won't lead to me getting killed by goblins.
That is the hope at all times. Specifically goblins.
He
in
wouldn't say
particular.
that. I'm just messing. I like to think that he would. No, but,
The two arms do look great. Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. Would you actually go talk to Talvo or anyone, or are you just going to kind of keep it to yourself for now?
I'll talk to Talvo in the morning. I don't want to
Okay.
wake him for this.
Yeah.
But I will let him know what I saw, and if he happens to see Keenan with less than the normal amount of arms and functional
average?
hands, then less than the average. He is a complete fucking traitor and has sold us out to the dwarves.
Okay.
Some spy network.
Yeah,
The only interactions we ever had are with traders.
Let's
Yeah, and Keenan sucks too. He just blew 2 rolls. My spy sucks, dude.
yeah.
True.
Fucking,
So we'll actually say that later.
you
This
get to have like
Take a
hot
gold
elves
star
go both
away.
ways to talk about how cool and hot you are, and then my dudes just go out and biff rolls.
later,
We need to get a better spy recruitment program.
Later this evening, actually, like this was in the night already, but later this night, probably like midnight, when probably multiple of you guys are sleeping already, there's a bit of a commotion out in the castle, and Talvo, someone actually comes to your room and they're like, "Hey, like Keenan just showed up at the gate of the town, and he's in need of medical assistance. He's missing an arm. Said a wolf got him."
More like an Adau sort of thing to fix, but we can go get him. Man,
Yeah,
kill
yeah.
him.
So you guys,
Now stirs in his trance.
yeah.
Usually
Like,
I
"Someone
take
set
the
my gate."
arm off. I'm not so good at putting them back on, you know.
Yeah. So Adau, you can go. Adau, Talvo, and a couple people come and get you. They're like, yeah, like any chance you can grow an arm back?
I mean, I mean, yeah, I can. But why?
Yeah. Well, so yeah,
What happened?
They would bring in Keenan to like whatever communal room, and he's like gasping, and he's like holding like a rag over the stump of his arm.
Jesus, dude, what?
He's
You
like-
said a wolf did this?
He's like, yeah, I was out in the woods. I was going out to take a piss in the woods, take a walk around, and then
Outside of the gate?
and a big wolf came around the corner, and I just held up my arm, and then
Damn. All right, let me see.
Is he
Let me see.
a known
He's
fighter?
like,
Like, would, like,
roll me
I'm gonna
roll me
take-
a medicine check.
He's probably a rogue. Why am I not proficient in medicine? That's crazy. That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus!
I mean, Talvo can roll one too if he wants, but
Yeah, Talvo, yeah. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. That's what's
yeah, you want to keep at 3 in the morning?
He's been planning out what form he
Okay.
wants to
I'm
give
much
to
better.
Saria.
So I like to think that, like Adau is just tired. He's like, yeah, whatever. Let me see it. And he starts looking at
I
it.
haven't. You know what? It makes sense. I haven't like actually done any manual healing in so long. I just kind of say, "Fuck you."
Well, so-
Here's 70 health, magic, energy.
Well, and the thing is,
Yeah.
that it makes sense that Talvo. So here's what the check is for. Talvo, you do a lot of cutting things. So you recognize, you're like, this is not a jagged tear of a wolf's mouth. You're looking at this Talvo and you're like, I've sliced off enough limbs of my own to know that this is. You're like, this is a blade that did this. You immediately
say that?
realize this. Adau, you're kind of just too focused on actually stopping the bleeding that has started now that he is
Or
showing
not,
you.
because he rolled on that
Yeah.
one. It makes
yeah.
Yeah, I think I would kind of like, and I would grab the stump and I would squeeze it. Why don't you tell me what really happened?
Oh.
I like this isn't like a communal room. Like this isn't like,
Like,
the
whoa,
dining
dude,
hall.
whoa.
And
What's going
and, like,
on?
There's like a few other people that have come in to see what's going on, and Adau's like about to start healing. All of a sudden, Tal was like,
Adau, look at this. This is not an animal bite, my dude.
I look and oh my god, it's
You've
a
seen Bree
clean
do this
cut
enough
straight
times.
through the bone. There's no tear,
yeah,
no
now
skin.
you
to-
realize.
Well, I'm like,
This is
oh
the
my
most
god, you're right.
polite wolf we've ever seen.
And
Yeah.
Keenan is
wielded
like
a
sitting
sword.
there. Keenan is just sitting there like screaming, like, I promise it was a wolf.
I'll turn around and tell the guys who were about to come in to leave, and I'm gonna shut the door.
You know what's about to happen.
Aww.
Yeah, and so,
I'm about to be the cause, brother.
so yeah, they leave and the door closes. He's like, I promise this. Please just heal my arm. I'll tell you everything if you heal me.
I'll stop. I'm gonna cauterize it.
Okay,
With Firestorm.
that causes some more screams, but you know,
Yeah, but I don't. But no more bleeding. Your arm's fine. You'll
Yeah.
live.
Is the whole group here?
You probably are now.
I was at
You
this
are
point,
now.
you guys have all come out because you heard literal screams of pain from someone getting cauterized. So probably at this point, you have come in here and you recognize that it's Keenan. You recognize that the arm is gone, just like it was when you watched him.
Yep.
I'm gonna cast silence, and then I'll just speak to them telepathically.
Okay, yeah, fair. So
To
he
let them
can't-
know what's going on.
Yeah, you cast silence, but now you guys can talk telepathically.
Wait, we can all speak to each other, or
I guess
No,
I guess Adau can like relay.
I can talk to you and you can write. Or you
Okay,
can message
so-
me.
Cards. They'd be like, what do you mean?
I'm going to
Message is a cantrip, so you can message me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I'm gonna message each person individually. And, hey, if I happen to see Keenan selling us out to goblins, that's exactly what's happening here. I was hoping it was a secondary one. Yeah, he's kind of a complete traitor. Talvo already knows. That's why Talvo's like totally justified in nearly yoinking his arm off. But yeah, this guy is a complete traitor.
You say all
I
that.
did not fucking know.
Yeah, to be
Oh,
clear,
I'm
to-
gonna-
fucking
so Keenan, by the way, is not one of Talvo's original crew. Like some of the people in Talvo's group were part of the original crew he shipwrecked with. Keenan is not that. Keenan was like the second wave, which is people he recruited in Pune and other cities. But he has been with Talvo since he started building his spy network. So he is a long time
That's
Talvo spy
insane.
member.
I'm gonna turn to him. Adau angry. Adau face mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in style,
Did you
so it's
sell us
extra
the fuck
raids.
out? Did you go meet with fucking goblins? Are you serious?
His eyes go wide. He's like, how did you know? I promise. I promise. I told him
Keenan.
the long way around. And
Keenan, we've known each other long enough. You should know how I know and why I know. Do you really think you could pull one over on me, dude?
he's shaking. He's like, I'm sorry. It was the dwarves. They paid me so well.
Shame. I racked my
Classic.
shotgun.
Hate it.
Oh, first.
He's like
um,
dancing in the
yeah,
pool
well.
of blood that came out of his arm, and he's just like,
Oh.
please,
I don't want to do
he's like,
So mean.
so he's like, but yeah, he's just looking at him in desperation. He's like, please, it's because I've always been a second class citizen here. Talvo, you always favored your own crew. You always paid them more. They got the first pick of the loot. I've been with you for so long, and I still get to, and me and Riley too. You look what you did to Riley. How could I know you weren't going to do this to me too?
Well, I would suggest in the future using your words instead of betraying me, because we've been in this business a long time, brother. And I think you know what happens when you lose credibility.
He's like, please, I'll play double agent. I'll trick the dwarves. I'll do whatever you want me to do.
He actually already, at this point, I'm just going to speak out loud. He actually already kind of tried to do that, totally, by the way. And that's sort of why he got his arm lopped off. He's a shit double agent, as well as a pretty shit regular agent. I'm going to be real.
Yeah, wait, what the fuck? A goblin did this to you?
Yeah.
12?
Like, damn, I didn't even think it was that bad. Up.
He's again the Goblin King. I don't know what came over me, but all of a sudden I just had an urge to ask for their gold, and they did this to me.
I'd give Hingwis a knowing look. But I'm okay. Well, so I guess I dropped silence after I would have done that to
Yeah.
cauterize the wound. I guess I don't know what,
Okay.
because it
Yeah,
clearly it didn't matter. We just started talking anyway. But I'm gonna zone a truth.
Yeah, we're just sitting there.
And I'm going to detect thoughts. So I'm going back to the OG methods, the tried and true. I'm going to grab him by the skull, and I'm going to hit him in with the mental. Who else is in on this?
He will actually start talking now because he realizes
You like your other arm.
yeah, because he sees Talvo already like licking a dagger. He sees Hingwis is like polishing his
poison
claws like that. And he's like,
foaming at the mouth right now.
Adau is in
Joy
Adau's
in
other
this.
hand, he's a divine flame charging up, and he's like, yeah, he starts talking.
You haven't put
and,
this away in the box yet.
Yeah, he starts talking and he starts squealing. I mean, he wasn't a good spy to begin with, obviously. So he starts talking, and it's true because of the truth. And he's like, I went and talked to the dwarven commander because, well, I came across one of their messengers that they were talking to the goblins already, and then I just decided to talk to this dwarf. I mean, she looked kind of cute, so I wanted to talk to her, and then she said that maybe I could find work and wealth with them. They said they don't discriminate for those who help them.
Yeah, that's a true statement.
Oh my god. They don't discriminate if you help them. You don't understand the whole. Why are we here? Why are we here?
He's like, listen,
Adau's angry.
He's like, I know your guys' goals have changed a lot, man. When me and Talvo, it was just we were looking out for ourselves, looking out for the money, helping the little guy when we could. But in the end, we gotta look out for yourself too.
We make money by helping the little guy. I bitch slap him. Fuck this guy.
You should uncauterize his wound.
I'm not. No. It's in the Constitution. I'm not torturing him. Okay, I'm interrogating him.
Yeah, it's like he kind of like stares. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I talked to their commander. She was pretty reasonable. She said I could. She said that if I helped the attack go over well, we would capture more of you instead of killing you guys. And then she said that we could even release some of you guys once they secured it.
That's crazy, man.
First off, they did that anyway.
Yeah. Our first tribunal's tomorrow, and it's gonna be this guy. He's gonna be the first one ever tried in our republic.
Oh boy.
I don't know who's gonna be on the.
It is
on the
literally
court.
treason, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna be on. I guess we can sortition whoever's on the court to get a jury. But
Yeah.
So it was just him. He's the only one who was in on it.
Yeah, he would come clean, or he would tell you, and you're the zone of truth. So unless he found a way around that, which you don't believe he's capable of seeing how bad he was at what he did. But no, yeah, he's like, he would tell you, he's like, no, it's just me. I didn't tell anyone else. I couldn't, obviously. And I was just. I promise I wasn't trying to get people killed. I was just trying to make the conflict be over with quickly. And the dwarves, they're gonna win no matter what.
You're mad. Like insane mad. How much did the dwarves pay the goblins?
It was.
How much was in that pouch?
Just a couple hundred gold, I think.
We're paying the goblins.
Yeah, we're gonna pay the goblins. Literally that easy.
I'm gonna go crazy and delve deep into his mind. You would detect thoughts, and I'm gonna say you are going to show me where you went to meet with them.
You use our money?
I think you make a check, right? Or is it he makes a check? I can't remember.
I think he makes a wisdom.
Oh yeah, there you go. He makes a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no, wait, no, it's contested intelligence check.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be the same roll for him, so that's fine.
So you should.
Oh no,
this is pretty easily unsettling words for him. You gotta say arm caught by a goblin.
yeah. Actually, that's really weird. If you probe deeper, they make a wisdom save.
Yeah.
And if it fails, which it did, because the DC's 21 now that I have the new amulet and the new.
Let's see what it got.
So he literally has to roll on that 20 to
Yeah, but then
You can't roll negative.
once I'm there, though, and it knows I'm probing its mind, then it can use its action to make an intelligence check
shut
to
you
end the
out,
spell.
But it's like
That's
you get
interesting.
1 round's worth of info at a deeper level before he gets a chance to do that, and then even then it's a chance. It's not guaranteed.
Is it that you have to get past the thoughts of the hot dwarf lady that he saw first,
Yeah,
and then you
it's-
Yeah, I think that's literally
80%
it.
hot.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's it.
So
Okay.
yeah. So what are you probing? You just basically want
I
to
want to see where he went so I can go there with 1,000 gold or something.
Mhm. You're
Maybe
able
more.
to do that, and you basically just get an imprinted map of the hillside, the hills in this area. Yeah, and then
Goblins are nocturnal, right?
yeah, I think so. I don't know, but yeah, either way, they're pretty close by. Actually, they are. yeah, they're actually not that far. They are clearly accumulating forces nearby. So,
Okay. Hey guys, who wants to go with me to secure an alliance?
I think this would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, we can do that.
okay.
You better say thank you to Adau, because you know what happens to leaks when it's up to me.
He's crying, but he nods.
He's crying.
You were
Yeah.
afraid of what would happen to Riley, so you did the thing Riley
You
did.
intentionally did what he did, but worse.
Worse. Yeah, in Riley's case, he was just lashing
Riley
out.
was just
This
a
guy was like
kid.
premeditated.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was actively treason.
Yeah,
Riley's just like
Insane, man.
he's like I was just so mad with what happened to Riley. We all loved the little guy. Well, not all of us, but like 3 of us did.
Who are
That's
the
true.
Now
other
it's gonna
two?
be 2 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I honestly, I might gauge the opinions of people about that because I don't want this happening again. I'm gonna be like, because he's Zone of Truth, and I've got his mind in my grasp right now. I want to see it. Like, is he being real about that, or is he just like excuses and bullshit? You know.
roll me an insight check, because like you have enough info here. It's like, can you read it? You get the vibe that you get the impression that he, like, half of it is legit, like resentment that he held towards. Like, it does seem like he legit felt like he was looked at as a slightly lesser part of Talvo's group compared to like Talvo's original crew and stuff, even though, and like he, it definitely seems like he has some basis for that, but then like that's like 40% of it, and the other 60% is just like greed and incompetence. So
Yeah.
Well,
makes
we
sense.
have you here. If you feel if what you say is true, that you feel that you are lesser, a second-class citizen among Talvo's own, personal espionage force. I know you acted alone in this. Have you come across other people in this same espionage group who feel a similar way, or other scandalous behavior that we should possibly know about?
Narc on your friends now.
You should narc on your friends now.
he would kind of like stammer,
But you have no choice.
and then he actually would say,
Does anyone come to his mind?
Yeah,
Like,
he would
do
actually
I see images?
He would actually say a couple names of other informants in Talvo's spy network. However, he would quickly clarify, and from reading his thoughts, you can tell this is true, that it was basically just like a couple people like bitching about their boss together. Like it wasn't like any of the other people that he talked to were like, we're gonna plot this thing. He basically is just like, yeah, there were these other people complaining. And then after you get that thought, then he tries to play it up that way. He's like, yeah, I don't know, you might want to check them too. Like that, he's basically trying to
Shut the
shift
fuck up.
But yeah, you can tell that in reality, nothing was that serious compared to what he thought and did. So.
Okay.
Well,
all
congratulations,
right.
my friend. You get to be the first person who is tried under our new government.
Yeah. For treason, that's a pretty. You did it, buddy.
Yeah,
That's
hey,
crazy.
congrats.
Yeah.
Good job, you.
Standing ovation. All right,
Yeah.
Have to
boys.
see what punishment
Saddle up.
people find.
We gotta go.
Yeah. And I think that is where we'll wrap up the session with. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. The
It was
funny
a
thing
classic Elo the Chosen session.
Classic.
funny
Eel of the
thing is
Chosen
that,
was so
uh,
relevant to this session. So relevant.
Yeah, the funny thing is that that TSN was the one who kind of suggested this as an idea a bit ago. Although he didn't suggest it exactly this. This was
Okay.
it was my idea to have him turncoat in this way. But
Nice.
yeah.
See, the
And you
fun
can
part
learn more by
about that,
typing exclamation Keenan in Poetry Chat.
Yeah.
The fun part about that is
did you
is
even know that Keenan is my real name?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, that was the joke when we made this character. Like, it was like a year ago. Basically, we just made this character, and I named him Keenan because I was like, whatever. It's forget it. Okay, nice.
I didn't know your name until maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
So at some point, Duncan was talking, and he was just like, "Oh, so Keenan and I fuck is Keenan."
Yeah. So, anyways, oh god. Yeah. Well, all right. I think that'll do it. I think Britsha had to go.
So, yeah.
Go somewhere. Go take a dump. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, we went over this. She's off doing
Yeah, Bree.
Not
Bree's off
crimes.
planting.
Yeah,
frames.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll do it
Normal
for this
Druid
week.
stuff.
Let's see. I was gonna say I might be busy next weekend, but no, I'll be good because next weekend my girlfriend is flying out of town to visit her brother. But that's on Friday, so it won't be near.
I think the 29th is a question mark, but I should be good the next two.
Yeah, later on the month,
Right.
around the holidays, maybe we'll see. But
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah,
But, you know, that's
there
all.
is a question mark for this weekend coming up for me because
Okay.
I might be like driving up to New York Saturday.
Okay.
I have not set dates for this.
Maybe in
but
Maryland.
It's maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, what?
Hi, Maryland.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, either way, we will. We'll see about next week. But yeah, I should be good for the next few weeks. So, yeah,
Hell yeah.
sounds good. We'll we'll see everyone next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Sick.